tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is where we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take, or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn thing.
What's going on, my family? What's going on? Man, all right. Hey, listen. We got the Super Bowl contenders. All right, the Chiefs and 49ers. We've seen the two games over the weekend. There's a lot to talk about them games, how y'all feel about it. But hey, welcome in. Because we back with another. Start off this Monday. Back with another live. We're getting ready. So I'm gonna try to give y'all live. Every single day until I leave. Make sure y'all follow us at Routerman Media. I will go live off our IG page as I'm overseas in the Dominican Republic, so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna do a blog for the members only. So if you want to see what I'm doing on an everyday basis, all that, blase. You can be able to catch me. I'm gonna do a blog, edit it, do everything from overseas and post it out to you guys for the members only. But we back, all right. We got some things that we gonna get into. We gonna talk about, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. We gotta wake this thing up, man. I know it's everybody slow motioning coming in, but hey, man, make sure y'all hit that like button on y'all way in. Thank you guys for tuning in, because without this show, man, without y'all, I couldn't do this show. Y'all make this thing rock, man. So smash that like button. Let's get into the algorithm. Let's have some fun today. Let everybody be involved today, man. Cause hey, we finna have a good time, man. Cause I gotta deliver all this. I gotta deliver all this content to y'all before I go on my birthday trip. So I gotta deliver all this, man. Shout out to you, Dewey. What's the word? Triple L. See what's going on, my bro. What's going on, bro? What up, Jay? Man, let me know where y'all checking in from. Y'all know Coach Dre about to pull up on y'all, man. Y'all just give it just a minute. He'll be up here on the screen in just a minute. But yeah, man, let me know where y'all checking in out, man. Miss Pamela, how you doing? I told y'all, man, Coach Dre finna pop up, man. What up, J-Dot, man? What's the word? What up, Charlotte? Charlotte, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Florida up in the building. What's the word, Coach Dre?
Oh, just chilling, folks. You know what it is.
Yeah, man, we got the North Carolina up in the building, man. Y'all know how y'all be rocking with us. We got Louisiana up in here. We got Texas up in here. Got Canada in the building. Oh boy. But hey, let's get into it, man. See, you have some visitors over the weekend. Y'all know there will be should be an announcement anytime today on a new commitment to the bus. By now, pretty much most people know who that person is, but I'm gonna let them, come out with this announcement. But see, you did have some visitors over the weekend. We had the number one quarterback in the class of 25 there. We had BJ Green, and we also had a couple of other more people that snuck in there on a visit. But I ain't gonna let you know who that is. Y'all gonna find out here in a minute. Y'all will see some commitments coming out for sure. Just to let y'all know. Yeah, man, definitely gotta get a West Side some love, man. San Diego in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all know what's going on. All my North Carolina people up in here, my Florida people up in here. Y'all know y'all rock with me tough. Live to go live. You know it. You know it. We here. But how you feeling, Coach Ray, man? What's the word, man? Anything from Coach Red you want to talk about that you know something about?
Yeah, I mean, y'all just I mean, he working, man. He just working, man. That's the kind of guy he is. He gonna work. Uh, he he gonna put Florida on the map. He gonna get the kids from Florida. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you get a few kids from FAMU. I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just it is what it is. Working, man. Coach Reed's gonna do his thing. People gonna see why Coach Prime went and got him. Why Rob told y'all at the end of the year that we need to go get him. So I mean that's what it is. But besides that, I think we solidified our defensive line if this kid commits today, and we'll probably get a couple more before it's all said and done.
Shout out to old girl. She's a new subscriber to the channel, man. Y'all family, welcome her in. Sorry, I can't talk right now, but welcome her in. Y'all know, man. As this party get going, man, more people get added. We just the beginning of the show, so hey, man, welcome her in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, because without y'all, we couldn't make this thing happen. Uh, what up, family? We got the family in the building. Shout out to Sadie in the building. Oh, y'all know. I was just waiting for her to come in. I'm waiting for her to come in. But happy birthday to Rhonda Cole. She know what it is, man. Yes, I already wished her a happy birthday today. But man, welcome her in, man. Shout out to my girl Rhonda Cole. It's her birthday. I know she living it up. Shout out to Washington. I actually got a family reunion in Washington this year. I'll be up in the Seattle area in August, so I'll be up there, man. BJ Green, he do supposed to he's supposed to make an announcement. I'm just gonna let him
Hey,
make his announcement.
y'all, man, do let the kid. Y'all don't ruin. It's a lot of
Yeah,
stuff going to ruin these kids' moment. It's their moment. So we just waiting on the official announcement. But from what we've been told, he's took down all the Washington stuff, canceled his Washington visit. So it should be a good thing for the Buffs.
yeah, man, cause Riz already threw up the bat. You know what I'm saying? The Batman sign up there, man. Let y'all know that's coming, man. So y'all just be patient. Things
Oh yeah,
coming. You ain't
all
gotta
that.
worry
For,
about it.
for people that don't know, that's his signal. When he done landed something, he'll throw up a sign. He'll throw up a Batman sign. So that's his thing. That's been his thing. That fam. So now he brought it with him to Colorado, but that's all cool. Throw that up. Something coming.
But commitment watch. I know everybody then already popped this question up there. When is the new DC, right? Now that we're down to two teams, two votes coming. Who's gonna be the DC, man? Listen, like I always tell y'all, man, it's coming. Whenever Coach Prime want to announce it, it's not like the NFL. They don't gotta like college does not have to announce who they interview. They don't gotta announce when they hire somebody. They truly don't have to announce it. They could just sign all their paperwork and you be hush hush about it, and you find out whenever you find out. But um, here coming soon, it's gonna be announced publicly. All right, like I told y'all, I really don't care anymore, and the reason why I don't care, win, lose, or draw, y'all really don't care y'all either gonna like it or y'all gonna hate it. Let's just be honest. But we do got a DC coming. Y'all just be patient. I promise you. They would not be still recruiting defensive players if they didn't know who the defensive coordinator is. I promise you that. It just wouldn't happen. It doesn't make sense. So everything that y'all worrying about, we're still getting recruits on the defensive side to come in on visits, strengthen up the defense, bring in more depth. So y'all just be patient. Just be patient. But Coach Ray, man, let's get into it, man. Topic number one. We're gonna come back to see you, but I'm gonna just transition into the NFL just for a quick moment, and they come back. There you go my girl. There you go my girl. there you go my girl. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday now. Happy birthday. There go my girl now. But how you feel? Kansas City and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. How you feeling, Coach Ray?
I mean, I thought it was gonna be Detroit there for a minute. I thought it was gonna be a blowout. They just that was bad. I want to see Lamar, but I mean, with what you got right now is what people thought was the best two teams in the NFL probably. Uh, And one thing you can't do is you can't go against Mahomes. You just can't. I mean, no receivers. He make it happen. So I mean, can't nobody discount what this man has done since he got to the NFL. If he gets him another Super Bowl, he'll have three. And you gonna argue he's gonna he keep this up. Right now he behind Tom Brady. I don't think you can not say he's not behind Tom Brady in quarterback ranking. I mean, he gets it done. He gets it done with or without talent at the receiver. So with the 49ers, that's what grit is. That's what grit is, not forgetting uh, and not getting complacent and knowing and being a playoff team the last few years. I think Detroit, I think they got up big. I think they got a little excited and they got away from what got them there. But I thought Detroit was going to win. I was, really rooting for them there. But I did pick the 49ers because I just thought that they had the more knowledge about playing in these big time games. And that's what it seemed like it came down to for me.
When Detroit got up 21-7, it was too good to be true. It was just too good to be true. That's how I lose the game. When Detroit got up 21-7 on the 49ers, I'm like, this too good to be true. There is no way the NFL can let the 49ers go out like that. Ain't no way. And all of a sudden, the 49ers can't move the ball. They can't score. They can't do this. They can't do. I'm like, I see the writing on the wall already. But hey, welcome to the NFL, man. Um, Chat family, let me know, how do y'all feel about the Super Bowl? Give me y'all grade. Are y'all gonna watch it? Y'all not gonna watch it? And give me a grade. How y'all feel about the Super Bowl? Um, but hey, I can't be mad, right? We get to see we seen the Chiefs, we seen the 49ers. I was rooting for Baltimore to get there, right? But like I said, man, my heart was to tell me to go with my gut was to tell me to go with Baltimore, but my mind told me to go with the Chiefs. Just like I said, it just for me, I just feel like Detroit let go of the rope. They had they had them by the rope, and they just let that thing go. But hey, that's what it is. But Mr. Steve, man, pull up on us. J Dot, come on up, man. Detroit second half remind me of CU. Whew,
You have to bring that up.
whew, that was harsh. But it is what it is, man. Coaching my team, what's my worst for them?
I
Dang,
mean, you
they said they ain't.
can't blame the coach. You can't blame the coach for drop passes and stuff that went on. That ain't coaching. That ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't blame coaching for drop passes and fumbles. You can't blame coaches for that, and that's what they did.
Hey, man, hey, listen, it got shaky now. But what I will say, man, it happened. It is what it is. You either gonna watch it or you're not. I mean, honestly, how many people actually do watch the Super Bowl for the Super Bowl, or do they watch it because of the halftime show? Let's be honest. Most people only watch the Super Bowl just for the halftime show, and after the halftime show is over with, they don't even watch the second half of the game. That's just how it is. I'm sorry. That is what it is. But moving on, man. Moving on. We're gonna get into the CU. Expectations, Big 12 look. We're gonna dive into Utah today. I'm gonna give a full breakdown, what they're returning, what they look like, how things are. But hey, when we look at the expectations of CU right now, going into the Big 12 with the teams that potentially gonna play, I'm thinking about doing a schedule breakdown because allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, all right, allegedly, the schedule officially supposed to be released tomorrow, but we gonna find out if they true to their word or not. But the schedule's supposed to be released for the CU Buffs officially tomorrow, so we'll find out if they officially break it out tomorrow. We'll break down the entire schedule. I'm going to go through some more teams and give you the ins and outs of each team, who they're returning, things like that. But right now, just looking at the expectations, all we're talking about right now, right? What do you want? Well, what are you looking for out of the CU Buffs team going into the Big 12? As you see this on an everyday, players coming on visits, we're adding players onto the roster. How do you assess this team right now, and what do you expect from this team moving forward? I'm gonna let you go, Coach Dre, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna answer.
I mean, what you looking for is again no more than 6-6. With Arizona losing their coach, I think they were one of the favorites. I know Utah right now is one of the favorites, and then you can't count out Oklahoma State, Kansas. What I want to see is a balanced offense. Like I said, I can go 60-40 either way, but I definitely want to see a balanced attack. I want to see more blitzing going on the defensive side of the ball. Um, more cover, more cover two than I think. I want to see pressure from the defense. Definitely want to see pressure on the quarterback with the front four or the front or with the blitz. And again, I want to see a balanced attack. I feel that we can get to the conference championship with what I looked at and the way I looked at the teams and the way we stack up. I think we're right there in the middle of the class with all the other teams. I think that might set themselves apart. That might be Utah, but I think our quarterback is good. So I just like that we have the chance to compete for a conference championship. That's just how I feel.
Okay. So here's my expectations, right? The number one expectation right now. Well, let me assess where we're at right now, right? The biggest thing I'm looking for right now is who's gonna really step up and be that real dog leader. Who's gonna be that leader on the defense? We know who the leader is on offense. We know that's two and Travis, right? We need to find out who's gonna be the leaders on the defense. I want to see what linebacker is going to step up and take charge of the defense and really own it. Because coming in from last year, right, one of the biggest problems I've seen was our linebackers didn't talk. They were one of the quietest people was our linebackers. Our defensive line was doing more talking than anybody. But we ain't gonna get into the no pressures, but doing all the talking. We ain't gonna get into all that because that's what happened. Bunch of talking, but wasn't making a bunch of plays. All right. I just need somebody from our linebacking room to step up and really own it, on and off the field, be a leader, and really go out there and prove something that, hey, what happened last year is not what you're going to see this year. And I'm still waiting on that person to step up, right? We see Bailey stepping up right now in the well-offs and, all that. We seen that last year. It's time for something new. Just saying. Now, are all of our linebackers healthy right now at the moment? They're not, right? They're working their way back. Some of them are not healthy. But when you look and break down right now, assessing right now to what my expectations are completely different. And so for me, the biggest thing I'm looking for on defense is who's going to be the natural leader, who's going to step up and own it, who's going to be the person that's going to step up and get on everybody for not performing and being held accountable, right? Offensive wise, right? When I look at what we bring in, I like the chemistry that we're seeing on the offensive line. I love them, going out, hanging out with each other, hanging out with Shador, doing all the proper things they need to do to build that chemistry, that camaraderie, and actually getting out there, putting the extra work in. So I can't be mad, right? I cannot be mad at what I'm seeing from the offensive line. Um, it's still early in the process, going through winter conditioning, building up to spring ball. So we still got a whole nother month, and then you go through March, and once we get to about the middle of March, we'll start ramping things up, and then as we get to the beginning of April, that's when they'll be able to have practices on the field with the coaches for spring. So we definitely want to make sure everything is ready to go. Now, what I'm looking for out of the season, right? I'm looking for a lot of growth. offensively, defensively, uh, more chemistry, more togetherness, right? Because the biggest issue is having 11 people on the same page, on the same wave, and moving this thing forward, right? Not one or two players taking a play off, but having more people, being a court. Defensive wise, my expectation is for us to get to the ball. Not one person, not two people, three or four people. Every time somebody get a catch or anything like that, we got three or four people to the ball. So I want to see us out, just ready to go, full speed, offense, ready to rep that thing up to the next level. But those are my expectations right now, and what am I expecting out of this season? What's the word, Big LT?
What's going on, brother? What's going on, Coach
Not
Dre?
much, man.
What's going on, Big LT?
What's your expectations? What you looking for out of the CU Buffs this year?
I'm looking for improvement. I'm really looking for improvement, and I want to see, at least we got to at least have 1,000 yard runner this year. You know, and I'm just looking for improvement on and improvement on the defensive line. We gotta have at least a guy that get eight sacks this year, at least eight.
I think we'll have
Put pressure.
multiple.
Yeah, man, we just need to put pressure on the opposing team quarterback. Can't let them sit back there 6, 7, 8 minutes and all that.
Okay. Mhm. So when it comes to tackling, this is the biggest thing. You can see it in the NFL right now. They don't do that much tackling in practice anymore, like they used to. They don't let you hit. They don't let you have all that physical contact and do this, do that. Um, but we definitely the way you teach it in training is the same thing you see in the game. But I need to see more hustle, more effort. Right? It's one thing to go hit somebody. It's a different to go wrap them up. And I'm 100% agreeing with you as to wrap up and tackle fundamentals. Fundamentals get taught at practice, but the technique of you know wrapping up to the ground, things like that, that has been out the game when it comes to college and NFL. And that's
I
why you
mean, what?
see.
Go ahead.
No, that's what I said. That's why you see so much poor tackling in the NFL and at the college rank due to that
Well, I
fact.
mean, it starts all together with everything. I mean, even at the high school ranks, you most of the time we go half shell. You tell them to stud up, but the one thing we tell our kids to do is to wrap up, make sure he ain't going nowhere. What you see is a lot of people run and tag off. You see
Mm-hmm.
that a lot, like the running back running down the field and the linebacker come and tag him off and he keep moving. Well, that's exactly what they do in the game. He run through them arm tackles. You thinking you gonna get there, you loafing. So, like you say, it do come down to the fundamentals of football, and you gotta let them guys tackle.
And,
You gotta have
and
more
effort.
run, like inside run during practice where you can bring that player to the ground. The linebackers and the defensive line need to know what it's like to take somebody to the ground, not just to hold somebody up. Because if you do that, running back like some of these running backs that we gonna face, they gonna run through them arm tackles. Arm tackles
Facts.
ain't gonna bring them down. So
Gordon from Oklahoma State.
right, those guys right there, they're definitely not come down by arm tackles. So you do have to do that. And when you go back and you look at the well off videos, sometimes we did that a lot last year. We did do a lot of, hey, we ain't bringing them to the ground today. And you hear coaches say that you got to learn how to practice, but we got to learn how to at least stop just going and tagging them off. You gotta go wrap this man up and let this man know he's tackle. And you got to use great technique. And I think that's getting lost in the art of football. Just coming up and trying to hit somebody hard is not football.
And
So
more effort. We need effort to get to the ball, man. I didn't see a lot like Rob touched on earlier. It wasn't a lot of effort to get to the ball. Like I'm talking about the person on the other side of the field, that DE coming to the other side of the field, or that tackle or linebacker pursuing up the field after the player. It wasn't a lot of effort.
One of the things that I've noticed lately is the opposite corner always takes a bad angle to every play. Like it's like they don't even teach angles in football. Of I all I just go back to like when I played and how we was taught to do certain things to looking at it now. It's like it ain't even been taught no more. Like you always suspect if somebody get beat, what kind of angle you need to take, to cut somebody off. And that's why you see a lot more bigger plays happening because the effort from the opposite side corner, the opposite side safety, taking a bad angle, and now it leads up to something bigger because we can't just do the basics and fundamentals.
I mean, well, you saw it last night in the Ravens game. You got to give that cornerback from the Kansas City Chiefs a lot of credit. Not only did when your boy caught the ball and did all that faking, trying to when Flowers should have scored, he brings them to the ground and you get a 15-yard penalty, and then they don't score when it looked like the Ravens was finna score and make this a football game like we wanted to see. But because this man didn't, and that's what I think the effort is that Big LT talking about. That man didn't give up on the play. He didn't just let the man juke him one time and he like, oh man, he done juke me. He finna go score. He just kept. He stayed in front of the man and made him make another move so he could tackle him and bring him to the ground. And then Flowers get up and push the man back down and get a 15-yard penalty. And that comes back to what we be saying when we be talking about kids with kids. Why you want kids with characters, because that them characteristics show up in the worst time.
Hey,
Them
Yep.
and I'm gonna
characteristics
give
will
you a
show up in
play
the worst time.
example of effort, Coach Gray. Let me give you an example.
Huh?
Even though they were, I'm gonna give you an example of effort from a prime player. Even though they were trying to push it to be a flag, but it was the effort that counted. It was when James Houston came over there and jumped onto that sack of Brock Purdy, and they were trying to call it a flag when he, kind of roughhoused him at the I guess the time the play was over, but he still came and kind of hit him face mask and whatnot. But James Houston came from the other end of the play. You know what I mean? And make sure it was finished. That's the effort I'm talking about.
I'll be honest, man. The way the rules have been changed in the NFL and college, it's hard to do any drills for real, for real. It does feel like the pursuit drills have been taken out, but even in pursuit drills, right? You don't really got to technically tackle. You really doing it for understanding angles, understanding if something happens, how to get to a ball, and it's just like you could use pursuit drills for conditioning. To be honest with you,
That's
right?
what we use it for. That's what we use it for conditioning in the angles. The pursuit drills that we use is more for the conditioning. That's what you tell your defense. Hey, if you do these pursuit drills good, then we won't have to do so much running at the end of practice. So yeah, it is definitely for that. Definitely for that.
But it's just when you go through, it's how much time do you actually spend on pursuit drills? How much time do you actually spend on special teams, which is a key part of the game now, right? There's a lot of things that's just not being worked on because of the time constraints on how much time you really have to practice at practice. And the NCAA NFL has regulated how much time. Well, let me go more to the NCAA versus the NFL. The NCAA is regulated how much time you can really practice, how much time you can really do this and do that. So you're not doing a lot more fundamental drills as you used to. You're not doing as much hitting as you used to. Everything is to protect you to stay more healthy in a situation, but the game is suffering because of it. So now you're putting bad product on the field, and those are why these things are happening, right? When you look at last year and why we couldn't stop the bleeding or why we couldn't get better, why we couldn't do this, it's because it's a lot of things they can't do at practice that's causing a lot of these things to happen. Now, granted, some of it's on the players and just effort and attitude. And you got to keep it real about it. Some of it's just effort and attitude because 90% of this game is effort and attitude. It's only 10% is about skill, if you want to be honest. It's just the skill over the will, and that's what you got to look at, right? Is it your skill that you got a problem with, or is it a will that you got a problem with? If it's skill, then you ain't gonna be at you won't be at no power five, right? So you got the skill. Now, does your skill fit the scheme? That's a whole different other story. but you wouldn't be at you wouldn't be at a Power 5 PWI if you didn't have the skill, right? Now it comes down to will, which is your effort, your attitude, and studying the playbook, things like that. And that's where the biggest problem, the biggest issue lies at.
I mean, and that's the thing. Why you tell kids that talent sometimes kids that work and the kids that got the talent, sometimes them kids that work be the better players because sometimes you just leaning on your talent. And maybe to some degree we did that last year. I think we thought we might have been a little better than what we were in certain spots. But we gotta work hard, and that's the thing. Like I say, I went back this weekend myself and I watched some of them well off videos. And you look at if you go look at the well off videos from last year this time and the well off videos from this year this time, you see a whole nother demeanor. You see a whole nother. These kids that they brought in is the kids that you can tell they want it. They listening to what everybody's saying. I think last year it was a lot of kids that came, and we being honest, that might have just came for the hype.
Yeah.
But I also remind people that you still didn't have the top notch kids there for him to pick from. And you didn't have the relationships that the other coaches had built with these other kids. Because what people fail to realize, and I don't think they realize that if you're a good football player, you've been being recruited. They didn't just start your junior and senior year. It didn't. So a lot of these relationships are accumulated over 4 years, and you get these kids to come to your school. So we just have to feel good about the way that our team is coming together. But you got to always understand and remember, Rob. That's the first thing I said about our guy. It wasn't that I didn't think he was a good player, but I just thought he didn't have great effort. I just didn't think he had great effort.
Hey, on that question you got up there, on that comment you got up there, Rob, y'all gotta understand these that program been building that defense for years, man. Years been recruiting and stacking guy on top of guy on top of guy. I mean, y'all gotta put all that stuff into play. They not getting too
Hey,
many. I mean,
big up to you. This just come down. Listen, I'm just gonna make this the easiest way to explain this. The reason why their defense was so good, if you turn the tape on, it come down to what I just talked about. It's either skill or it's a will. Their willingness to go hunt the ball and play as a unit is the reason why their defense was so good. Turn on the tape and watch their defense. Just don't even watch offense. Just purely watch the defense. And you will see when somebody catch the ball, how many people are flying to the ball. They got 3, 4, 5 guys flying to the ball. Now go turn on the tape and go watch somebody else play. You ain't got to watch Colorado. Just go watch somebody else play. And there's not 3 or 4 guys running to the ball. So they just wanted it more. At the end of the day, they was out there, right? Their will, their attitude, their effort was the reason why they played the way they played. Because everybody was on the same page. Everybody knew what it was. And on top of that, they had just lost in the playoffs the previous year, and they wanted to right the wrong. They've been in the playoffs the last 2 years and couldn't get over the hump. So this year was the final year. So that's the biggest difference. They have the same restrictions as everybody else. It's just they had a different attitude, a different swagger, a different demeanor, a different will to say, listen, the defense is not going to be the problem. It ain't going to be us. And that's what they went into. It's not going to be us. If we lose, it ain't going to be because of the defense. And that's what it was. That's just plain and simple how it is.
I mean, I think you guys get wrapped up in all the rules apply to everybody. Okay, so let's not try to seem like the rules don't apply. All the rules apply to everybody. What it comes down to is, like he said, you gotta want this, and that's why sometimes people get on here and we blame coaches and we do that, but coaches ain't like if you looked at Nick Williams last year, like if Nick Williams could go out there and play, man, come on. So he was trying to put that into his kids, but you just didn't see that same kind of fire and desire in them kids' eyes that coach had. But you go out there and you blame the coach for what this kid wasn't doing. So when what it all comes down to is you have to install a system, and kids gotta hold kids accountable. When your kids are hollering at your other kids more than the coaches, that's when you winning. When the kids are the ones holding the other kids accountable, that's when you win it. That I promise you, in any program or any team you go to, if you go ask his team when he got better, is when the coaches had to take a step back and the kids started holding each other accountable. Because see, it's different when it's coming from your friend. I tell my kids all the time, I ain't your friend if I can't tell you you're wrong. I ain't your friend if I can't tell you, come on, dog, coach them doing this, that, and the other. And we had the kids stand up straight up in front of the team and say, hey, I've been with these guys all my life. And I just realized it, but I don't realize it too late. He was a senior. God bless him that we did get him into school, but he was like, everything they've ever told me's been right. So you gotta have that want to. You gotta have that want to. And what I see from what Coach done went out and got is some kids with great want to.
All right, so let me break this down. Georgia has a special teams coach, while CU doesn't have one. CU does have a special teams coach. He's just an analyst. Here's the difference what some people do, right? When you look at Georgia, their special team coach also coaches another position. So he's on the field. So he can do more stuff with the special team than most people can. Some programs will give special teams to somebody on their defense or offense, however they want to do it, because you only get 10 position coaches. They can actually go out there and talk special teams and do special team things. What CU does is they give it to the analyst instead of a position coach. So the analysts are come together, but all the coaches have to teach special teams together because it's an analyst role. Now, if it was on the field coach, then you would have one person that's just designated to special teams. And the reason why Coach Prime hasn't designated a special teams person because he don't want to take a position coach away for on the field for special teams. But he could always say right if Trevor right say Coach Hart left right and Trevor was the coach of the linebackers right. He can coach the linebackers and then and then coach special teams as his title, and then he can do it on the field. So now he's truly the special teams coach. So that's what a lot of teams are doing is they're labeling somebody a special teams coach with a position, so they're not losing out. Coach Prime just doesn't want to do it that way. He's just making them an analyst, and it is frustrating, right? Because the analysts truly can't talk to the special team players like that. They have to talk to them in a group setting. They can't talk to them one on one. They can't really go to and do things like you could as a position coach. So that's the frustrating part. I wish that like the NCAA would approve 11 coaches to make one of the coaches for special teams only. That would just make everything so much easier instead of 10. Right? Just go ahead and make one more coach a position coach for special teams only, and just let it be. And then you will see a difference. But special teams is gonna be special teams, man. It's just what it is.
Yeah, uh, that's the one thing I think that everybody wants to happen is that I think the NCAA, I think they really need to go to 12 in all. I think they need to let them have 12 coaches in all, an even number of 12, so that you can get what you want. Um, because you're handicapping universities when they can't go out and pay people what they deserve. And that's what it all boils down to, guys, when it comes to coaches. Because in college, right now, you never stop. And with the rules that's going on now, it's not going to stop because you gotta keep recruiting these kids. You got to recruit your own kids, and you got to keep people off your kids. So it's very difficult as
And
a college coach, and you have to fly and I think we talked about it last week is coaches have regions. So like I'll take for today, guys. Appalachian State came through our school today. Uh, Georgia Tech and somewhere else. But when he left our school, he went to the other schools here in Gainesville and in the other surrounding areas. Um, if y'all saw the picture of the Miami coach on the helicopter, last week in Newberry. That's right down the road from us. We have a kid that's a big time kid in Newberry, and so, but those guys they have a whole area that they have to recruit. So they're on the road. So it's a lot that goes on between that. So I believe they need to have 12 coaches in college football. Every program should be able to have 12.
Yeah, so Trevor is basically the special teams coach. He's just an analyst, so he can't really technically talk to players one on one. He has to do it in a group setting because he's an analyst.
Like if y'all notice when Trevor talks, he talks in that big room. He doesn't have his own room. Every one of the coaches of the 10 coaches that's on staff, they have an office in their own room. So Coach Hart, y'all, if you ever watch the well off, Coach Hart has a room. Coach Mathis has a room. Coach Lindsay has a room. Now Coach Sherman has a room. So all the 10 coaches, they have their own office and room. Trevor doesn't have that luxury. Every time he talks to those guys, he has to talk to them in the big room with everybody there. And I think it has to be somebody else there with him, another coach there with him. I don't think he can just be him and the guys by himself.
It,
That's
it has to be a,
a
it has to be a
I
position coach with him. It has to
right.
be a
So you
position
know what I'm
coach.
saying? So that's how they handicap coaching. And that's handicap coach. That's just handicapping coaching, guys. I don't know who they think that they helping because they really hurting people, but they think they helping and they're not.
Yeah, those just the ins and outs that a lot of people don't think. They just think that there's no special team coach. There is a special teams coach. It's just how they have to label it. Now, position coaches and analysts do make different amounts of money, but we're gonna leave
It's a
that for another day.
big
It's a big difference.
analyst, grad assistant, all that is different layers to this money. And so um and Coach Prime is doing I'll tell you he's doing a great job with what he's trying to do and how he's trying to help people. So I mean that's just the ins and outs of football, guys. It's not uh their fault. Like Georgia's just using one of their coaches to be the special teams coach. But if I'm not mistaken, if you go look it up, like he's like Rob said, I think he coaches a position as
He
well as
he coaches a
special team
position.
coordinator.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
You
saying?
don't have you don't have nobody that's you can go onto their page and it's just a special teams coach. Everybody coaches it. If you a position coach and they got special teams next to it, that's the reason why. Just give you a little bit of
Hey,
no extra responsibility.
it definitely goes on in the HBCU realm, guys. That definitely goes on in the HBCU realm. Definitely
And,
goes on.
and
Some guys
people
have
just,
one position. Go ahead, Big LT.
and you gotta understand too, when people just trying to find anything to talk about Colorado and CU about, man, like to look up to wonder why they ain't got a special team coach and another major Power Five team got one. I mean, that's just come on, man. I don't know.
But I'm going to get into one of the teams from the Big 12 because I told y'all we're going to break down the Big 12 teams this week. I'm going to go with the Big 12 teams that CU is playing. So I'm not going to break down teams that we're not playing unless we're going to have to play them in the championship game. But for me, I'm just breaking down one team today. And then as we go on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to do more teams. I'm probably going to do a pre-recording for Friday. So I'm just going to release it and then you guys will see it. I won't probably come live. But I will be live. So make sure you.
Hey, fellas. I mean,
Man, did
he'll
we
be
lose it?
having a problem with that
Yeah.
internet right now. But I think we finna go over Utah today. I think that's the program we finna
Uh,
look at right now. We're gonna
my
look at Utah.
my
All
bad,
right.
y'all. My bad, y'all. But make sure y'all follow us on IG, on X at Rodman Media. If you're a member on the channel, you'll see what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis when I'm when I'm in the DR. I'm gonna go live on IG when I'm over there. So if you guys are and I might go live, do something on Twitter. So when y'all make sure, man, y'all follow us on them too at Rodman Media. And I'll show y'all what I'm doing. But let's get into Utah. All right. Overall, looking at Utah, they're going to bring back a lot of talent. They starting quarterback is coming back, coming off an ACL injury, MCL injury. He'll be back this year. They're going to be ready to compete. They're going to be a stepping stone in the way of Colorado. They're going to be something to play with. So you got to take everything serious because Utah, year in, year out, they're going to give you 19 games until proven otherwise. They're going to give you 19 games on the W side. When you look at the offensive line, two of the offensive linemen went to the league. They're returning three offensive linemen. So they got two new offensive line coming in. Looking at the running backs, they had two running backs leave via the transfer portal or to the league. They brought in three freshmen and then they brought in a transfer. I'm just giving a rundown on each position, so y'all just bear with me because I'm gonna give y'all a breakdown on each position, overall what they look like, how we see Utah playing out, what is it for CU, things like that. So just be patient. When you look at their wide receivers, they two top wide receivers left. One went to the draft, one transferred out, and so they're returning everybody else. But they lost their two top receivers, so that's going to be a room. That's going to be a battle. Who's going to step up a line for Utah? When you look at their tight end room, they're bringing back everybody in their tight end room. Their top tight end, who was a problem last year, he's back again. Who transferred in from Auburn, he's back for another year. So once again, when you look at the offensive side, they really didn't lose much. They returned the majority of it. They lost their two top receivers. They lost two running backs,
But
but
did,
they gained their quarterback back.
didn't they add Stingley though?
Uh, yeah, they did. They did. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Um, when you look at the defensive line, the only person they lost off their defensive line is a top defensive end pass rusher that's going to the NFL. Everybody else is returning. They lost one defensive lineman. Everybody returning. When you look at their linebackers, they're returning everybody in their linebacking crew. They didn't lose nobody out that room. The linebacking crew is their best position group on their team, hands down. So when you look at Utah, because we're breaking down Utah, what it looks like for CU, uh, that is the most competitive room that they got, the most experience that they got was going to be in their linebacking room. When it comes to their corners, they lost two corners going into the offseason, two transfers. I know one went to the league, one transfer to TCU. And then they're returning the rest of their secondary. So overall, the defense, they're returning a lot on defense. They only lost one star player on their defense, who was their defensive end. Everybody else is returning. So it's gonna be a team that's returning, about 15, 16 starters back from that team. So that's a good amount. But how you feel, Coach Jay, about Utah against Colorado?
Um, again, there right now, if you had to pick a Big 12 champion, you probably pick Utah, and that's just being for real. That's just us being honest. Looking at what they bringing back their quarterback. They went and got them a number one receiver to go with these other guys because I think that is their weakest room right now. I know adding Stingley helps. Uh, their running back room is going to be okay. You don't have a proven guy back there. You went and got somebody in the portal. Their tight end room is ridiculous. And if we can't stop them guys, we gonna have a long day. We gonna have a long day. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. These kids block and they catch the football. On defense, hey, we gonna have to bring our lunch pail. We gonna have to bring our lunch pail. Those kids can play on defense. When you only lose one kid on your defensive line, even though he is your best football player, the linebackers they feel, they scrape, and they hit and they tackle. They're a very well coached football team. Coach Willingham has been there since Urban Meyer left, and Urban Meyer been going a long time. He turned that program. Urban Meyer turned that program around, and he turned it over to Coach Willingham, and he's been there. So they're gonna be a well coached football team. We gonna have to bring everything we got there. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Um, you there's nothing they they don't miss on a lot. The only room I feel we're better, I think our DBs can guard their receivers. And I need by the time we play Utah, I think we'll be to know what our offensive line is because they're gonna have to show bring it for us to win. But this is the upside. We played them good without Shador. Okay. And I know Utah can be beat. My guy Anthony Richardson at the University of Florida when he was there, when I think Utah was ranked number 7 when they came in here. So they can be beat, guys. We just gotta play. We gotta play our best football. We gotta play our best football that day, and that's what it's gonna take. Big LT, go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. You really stole all the great points, though. I feel the exact same way. If you name a Big 12 champion, I was thinking that you would put Utah number 1 too. Um, man, but in saying that, I still give Colorado a good percentage to beat them guys. Because, like you said, we still it was tooth and nail. And to be honest, in my opinion, I think the game was stolen from us, man. I think that game was stolen, man. They with all them penalties and touchdowns called back and stuff like that. I think Colorado won that game, but it is what it is. And they don't got their running back Jackson no more, right?
No Jackson, no Jackson, no Jackson. They got they got 3 freshmen. One of them from Florida. He a pretty good kid. He can run the ball, but again, he ain't proven. So that's my only thing. And then they got to transfer in, like Ross said, they got to transfer in. And then they got Stingley. So they're gonna try to throw him the ball, but
yeah, he want to be the number 1 guy.
How confident that quarterback gonna be planting and throwing that football. And so we got to make him uncomfortable. We got to make him uncomfortable.
Riser?
Yeah, we got.
Still there?
Yeah, he
He got red shirted because he got hurt. He didn't play at all last year. So that's why they didn't even try to bring him back because they wanted him to come back one more.
He's no threat to me, to be honest. I think he's jiffy and injury prone. He'll mess around and get hurt during the spring game. You know what I mean? He's no threat to me.
I mean, he's been in college for like 6, 7 years now. So I mean, anytime you got a player that's been in college for 6, 7 years, I mean, you know the ins and outs. There ain't nothing that you ain't seen. So.
But now, Rob, if we go see him, he might be hurt by the time we get a chance to play him.
Well, we got to see because I mean, the official, as they quote unquote official schedule, is supposed to come out tomorrow. We gonna find out if they treated their word because it's really on the Big 12. The Big 12 said they're supposed to release the official schedule tomorrow. We're gonna find out, right? If they release the schedule tomorrow, we're gonna go through the entire schedule, break it down, right, and see what this really look like, what we're up against. Are they gonna do like the Pac-12 and put Utah at the end of the schedule like they do with them every year, or are they gonna move them up at the beginning of the year, right? Because if they move that Utah game up early in the year, right, it won't be a cold game. So are they gonna play them in the middle of the year? They're gonna play them at the end of the year. All those things are gonna matter when you get down to it. So those are the things that you want to find out with the official schedule because the official schedule changes everything. The official schedule changes just who's going when we play somebody and how the schedule line up can be a difference in everything of what kind of run, what can Colorado really do? Because that's what really is gonna matter.
Well, at the end of the day, but this is the thing: is they on our side? Is they on our side of the thing for the Big 12 conference?
We got to play them.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I get what you're saying. So they on our side.
No, it's the top two. It's the top 2 teams. It's not a.
So they don't have it like they don't do it like the SEC.
Division 1, Division 10.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's the top 2 teams.
But but everybody ain't gonna play everybody.
Yeah, but it's the top 2 teams who have the best record in conference. So we'll see. Now, if they wanted, they could go out and change it and split them up into divisions. But from what was initially announced, it's the top 2 teams because they feel like somebody's gonna play somebody out, and so then if it comes down to a head-to-head, like if you tie with somebody, then it's gonna go to a head-to-head. Did you guys play? If you guys didn't, then it's gonna go to point differential. They got all type of ways they're gonna do it, but that's what they did this year. That's exactly what they did this year.
I just wanted to get an understanding of how they was gonna do it. I wanted to get an understanding of how they was gonna do it. So when I looked at it, because like I say, when I looked at it, when I went down and did a breakdown of, I remember we were supposed to do the 12 teams. When I went and did that breakdown, I looked at it. I mean, you get what I'm saying? It just, I wanted to see how they was gonna get to the championship game. So that's why I got it that way.
Hey, I mean, if you want to do your 12 teams, you can. We can get right into that. So we can end up playing the same team twice. Yes. So here's a great thing about this situation right now. Right, we're gonna play Utah. We're gonna play Oklahoma State. We're gonna play Arizona. All the three top teams that's favored to win the Big 12. We gotta play them. We got to match up against them. So even if we end up seeing them again, we've already played them throughout the season. So there ain't nothing to hide. You ain't gonna get on mistake. Like you know what you're up against. So that's the great thing about the schedule that we do got is that we don't got some more weaker teams in the Big 12. We playing against pretty much all of the top of the Big 12 for majority of the season. So that's going to determine a lot if like for things to line up for us to play the conference championship who we gonna play. Well, more than likely, gonna play somebody twice that we played throughout the season, and that's just how it's gonna line up. Steve, what's the word, man? What you got, Mr.
Man,
Steve?
everything going well over here. Just listening to your broadcast here, and I'm agreeing with everything you guys are saying. But at the end of the day, when you're talking about Colorado, CU, Coach Prime is getting settled. He knows what he wants. Looking at that big pretty mansion that they were talking about buying their daddy. Now, everybody, as a parent, how good does it feel, even if they don't buy it? Your child thought enough of you to say, hey, I'm thinking about you. I love you. This is what I want to get for you. So for all those people who want to criticize and say, oh, they confidence and everything else, show me your kids. Let me see your kids buying you. It doesn't have to be a mansion. They could buy you, some M&Ms. They could buy, a soda. For me as a parent, that's what I like. When my son say, Daddy, let me just take a picture with you. He get his little Apple Pad and he just wants to take a picture with you. Those things make you feel good. So being a CU fan, I love to see that. If you see kids, I tell you what, I've looked at Michael Welch this morning. I looked at his film, and I'm telling you, that young man, you need to hear his story. That man lost his mother at a young age. Uh, Offensive player of the year in Georgia when it comes to running back. I saw him on one play. The guy tackled him. He picked the guy up in the air, carried him on his back, and then threw him down and kept on running. He's incredible. His attitude, he's so professional when it comes to things. And then when you look at a Travis Hunter, as a parent, me being a parent, I look at him, his professionalism, the way he carries himself. Man, hey, if it's me and my kids, that's the type of man I want to have an influence in their life because not only did he go to the NFL and not only did he go play professional baseball, Coach Prime still got his money that he had when he was playing. That's the kind of person I want my kids because what's the purpose of going to the NFL and then in 3 to 5 years you're broke? That defeats the purpose. So with Coach Prime, not only will you make your money, but a lot of times you get to keep it. So that's all I'm kicking. It's just a good opportunity for these young men, and I hope they take advantage of it because with that kind of knowledge, it's hard to fail.
Facts. That's facts. That's facts for sure. Yeah, man. Michael West is gonna be one of them guys, man. He's gonna be one of them guys. He's gonna have something to say in that running back room. I just hope everybody ready because he's gonna have something to say. Whether you like it or you don't, he's gonna have something to say in that running back room. Uh, why do they keep forcing Trevor Woods on us? Hey, listen, things gonna work out. That's what I'm gonna say. Over these next few months, we're gonna learn a lot about this team. Good, bad, and indifference. Right? We're gonna learn a lot about this team here soon. We're gonna have to wait till April, which is a couple months away. But come April, and you're gonna know who's gonna be gone and who's gonna be there for the long haul. Because April is gonna set the tone on who's gonna be hitting that transfer portal, or you know what your spot is. That's all I. That's the true matter in that situation. We got a lot of people that's still holding roster spots. I'm telling you this right now. We got we got a bunch of people. We got a bunch of people that's still holding roster spots right now. That's gonna be gone. And when the time
Hey,
comes, it's gonna come.
and I wanted to add on to what Mr. Woodman said. You are absolutely right on that part. About the kids and stuff, man. And his boys buying the house for him, and people. A lot of people, I guess, seem to put to go over their heads is that was also a recruiting mechanism to show people that he's not going nowhere. All the talking about he finna up and leave, or he might be going somewhere, or this and that. Whoever was feeding Watkins young man that he promised leaving, that shows them right there, man. You can hear the guy at the end that said that for everybody talking that he can go somewhere right there. That show, man, that buying that house, if they do purchase it or whatnot, that should show them, man. That's a 5, 10 years, you know what I'm saying? You living in that house, man. He's not going nowhere no time soon, man.
I'm gonna say this: it ain't
That
gonna
should
be no
end all
if.
that, child.
It ain't gonna be no if. It's a win. And the reason they put that on well off for a reason. They didn't just say, "Hey, we finna just go buy Coach Prime this house to do a PR stunt." They buying that house because they just letting you know Coach Prime finna be in Colorado, whether you like it or you don't. He finna be there, which goes into play. Will the Denver Broncos trade up to go get Shador?
Big. That's a great question, and I think next year that's a great thing to look at. But back to what Coach, I didn't hear what my phone went out. My phone went out, so I know Mr. Steve was talking about Michael. But now I see why that kid has that kind of intensity about himself, and he believes in himself. And hey, like I told you, right now he my favorite football player, man. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Uh, somebody in trouble. Somebody in trouble. The way that kid working, and he don't wanna take no back seat to nobody. And them the kind of kids you want,
Yeah,
brother.
he taking somebody's spot, coach. He taking somebody's spot, man.
Listen to what I'm telling you. He gonna be on. Listen, he gonna be on special teams and all that, bro. He gonna be on the football field. Just ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Special team just improved because when you have a person like him that's going to be on there and that wants to be on there and that has that desire, it's going to infect other people because they're going to be like, this freshman on here, just every week you see him making these top plays, these hits, running the ball, and we sitting here, juniors and seniors, and ain't doing anything. So it's going to be infectious because
Hey,
it's going to help your
yeah,
team.
and then that one last tackle or that one last man that Hankerson wasn't able to make miss because Hankerson had about 3 or 4 plays, big runs he could have broke if he would have made that one last man miss. That young man y'all talking about, Michael West, he gonna make that man miss, man.
But I ain't just talking about that. Check this out. What does that do for Alto? What did that do for Dylan? What did that do for Wilkerson? You can't have a bad day now. You get an
I
attitude, you
mean,
miss
at
a
the end,
class.
Mr. Steve, I ain't finna tell you no lie. I ain't gonna be surprised if one of them kids hit the portal at the end of the spring. And I'm gonna just be honest with you.
When
I
they
don't
see
think it'll be Alto or Dylan, but I just if I'm Wilkerson, boy, I'm taking a hard look at it because I like if I got a freshman that can do the same thing that Wilkerson can do, and
yeah,
maybe can help me better on special teams because I don't think I seen Wilkerson on too many special teams. You got to ask yourself. You know what I'm saying? It becomes
where are
it
my minutes?
becomes right. You get what I'm saying? But to
Mm-hmm.
this question right here, I'm gonna answer the back end. What does Coach Riz? How does Coach Riz offset Coach Nick Williams? You can't replace a Nick Williams, and we not trying to. But again, look my face. Coach Riz is the man. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. In Florida, it's gonna be on lock. And I'm telling you, he putting Florida on lock. He got Florida on high alert. And but what we know is y'all don't know about him because he was at a HBCU. But all of those big name D1 college kids that was coming in from major programs to come and play the fam, that's all because of Coach Riz and his relationship and the way this man make people feel and the way he's you ain't gonna probably never hear nobody have a bad word to say about him. And that's the same way I think a lot of people feel about Coach Nick. But in Florida, when you see that back signal go up, you know what time it is.
All right, I'm telling you right now, University of Florida, Florida State, and Miami are pissed right now.
I'm telling University of, but again, it comes back to did anybody have the guts to go against the grain and hire him? Nobody did, and that's their fault. That is
Yep.
really their fault. So I'm not like I said, I'm not upset with nobody. I'm happy for FAMU. They got a coach now, and the kids gonna stay, most of them, and most of the coaches are gonna stay. So that's good for FAMU. I still think they in the hole, but that is good. But that's what Coach Riggs brings.
Uh,
And it's not just Florida, man. It's gonna be the whole South, Georgia, Mississippi, and all that. He recruits all that very well. He was a high school coach. He has great relationships with all the high school coaches and players down this way.
here's what I'm gonna
And,
add to this, right? Here's what I'm gonna add to Coach Riz, right? I know most people look at the recruiting side of Coach Riz. What he's gonna do for Cormani McLean is gonna be a major key. You could see what he's doing right now to help Cormani McLean. Cormani McLean wanting to be out more, wanting to be out in the public, wanting to be out in open eyes, wanting to be out there helping homeless people, feeding people, stepping up, doing like it wasn't just about recruiting, but building relationships. And it's another Florida guy that Cormani McLean knew that, hey, I know I got like a dad up here, with Coach Red. So it's a plus on all sides because what you're gonna see from Cormani McLean, Coach Red's gonna make sure that he held accountable. Even if Coach Prime don't, Coach Red's gonna make sure it's happening because he understands where Kamani came from. He understands what his family is through. He knows his family personally. So it's a different bond. It's just the same way like when you look at Corey and you look at Amarion Miller and why he keeps saying Amarion Miller's gonna have because he knows his family, he knows his background, he knows everything because he's been recruiting that kid from day one. So those type of things, when you got those relationships with those type of players, it changes the game. So I'm expecting big things out of Kamani. Most people are not, but I know Kamani ain't finna just let these two transfers come in and take what he got. And so those are the things when you see Kamani
right
starting
on
to
that.
grow and starting to blossom, is because it's Coach Riz talking to him every single day and really truly helping them. Shout out to Kamani McLean being student athlete of the week too, because that's huge, man. What he's been doing and giving back. So you can never be wrong. You can never down a kid for giving back to the community because a lot of people don't give back. And when you bless somebody, blessings always come back to you, and that's just the way it is. But shout out to the
Mm.
final super chat. What do you project Roger Ward, Zay Weaver? Can you explain the ad to Coach Riz and how offset loss of Coach Nick? And do you like the QB room? I think our QB room has got upgraded. I love where our QB room is at. When it comes to Roger Ward, right now, if I had to look at Roger Ward being drafted, it'd probably be 7 round, 6, 7 round undrafted. Zay, he's gonna be in between 3 to 5. That's just gonna be the range. Jordan Dominic, he might sneak in on the back end of the draft, 6 or 7. But we already talked about the impact of Coach Riz. So anybody else, Big LT, Steve, I can answer it.
And on that Coach Reed and stuff, a lot of people kind of undermine Coach Reed because they want to go look back and look at oh because he's an HBCU or let me look at the recruits he brought in over at FAMU, you know. But what people don't understand too, man, is that he has relationship with them kids that are on the other Power Five teams, Power Five school teams, man. A lot of reason why them kids didn't go to Coach Reed at FAMU because it's FAMU. You know what I mean? They had opportunities to go to Florida, Florida State, you know what I mean, Clemson, and a lot of that. You know what I mean? So, but he still have relationship with them guys that's at them schoolhouses or with their little brothers, they little cousins. You know what I mean? So y'all just gotta be patient, man, and
Man,
let the man work.
one of the hardest things that people don't understand what Coach Riz is it's hard to get 5 stars on campuses at a HBCU. It's even harder than going to a P5. So if you go look at his visiting list and how many 5 star and high 4 star players that he had on campus, what he was pulling off just to be at HBCU is crazy. To now have the resources
And
to coach there.
there goes the $1 million answer. To have the resources, and to show these kids
Right.
something else.
Because a lot of them kids came down there to visit FAMU and take a look around, walk around FAMU out of the respect of Coach Red. You know what I'm saying? And just to come down and plus they know it's a black historical college, so they want to see. You know what I mean? Any young black man, he want to see. They curious, and then they know what the ladies is like around there. So they want to come see. That don't mean that they gonna commit. They just want to come see. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, if I go to Florida State, I can come right around the corner and it's still right there. That's how they looking at it. You know what I mean? But like you said, now they got the resources. He up there in Colorado. This is a vacation away up here in the ice mountains. You know what I mean? They got everything you want.
Hey, he said the biggest thing ain't nothing like T-Town. Like them ball players that go to Florida State. If you want to find them, they're gonna be on FAMU campus because that's where that's where it's happening at. You understand
I
me?
was gonna I was
So
gonna leave it alone, man.
and then on top of that, they have one of the best community colleges also in town.
Listen, I was gonna
The,
leave that
the,
one alone, but
them Florida
that
State players, girlfriends, wives, or even baby mamas wasn't going to school with them in no Florida State. They was at FAMU.
hey hey
They
hey
built different.
Hey, listen, FAMU, they know how to party out there. They know how to party now. They know how to party. That's where they at. But
Yeah, man.
when it comes to the quarterback room, right? I do like the upgrade of the QB room. Um, the two quarterbacks that we brought in fits more of the style of and mode of Shador Sanders. So I think if Shador to go down, I feel comfortable with the backups that we have versus last year. I feel tremendously comfortable. And then also, our backup quarterbacks are actually here in January and not coming in the summertime. So that
Right,
plays a great part too.
But they also add
and
another dynamic to you too,
right,
Rob, because if Coach wanted to, if Coach Zimmer wanted to, he could add some packages in there. Because when you got a big
right.
6'7" quarterback that is physical as he is and that can run, and Wade that is athletic as he is, instead of letting Shador take a hit on those, option reads there, he can be like, boom, you get in here on the goal line. How special is that? You put an extra tackle in like the Detroit Lions do. You put that 6'7" guy in there. Then you got that bowling ball running back that's on the other side of you. Hey, it's hard to stop somebody on that 1 yard line when you got that kind of options coming towards you. So it can open up all kind of doors. And like I said, it's no excuses. I don't care if Shador ends up playing on game one. They have with the talent that they have and the players they have, 6-6 is just the minimum as far as wins.
I do see them having a lot of packages for Walter, which was the big quarterback, Cam Newton. I see them bringing in a lot of packages for him, especially in short down distance. But yes, you're right. You want to get to DC, try to get them signed this week if possible. Knowing that National Signing Day is next week. A lot of people, I mean, what is to get excited about? What's going to transpire? There are some players that could possibly flip on National Signing Day on the 7th. Um, there's a lot of still chaos still going on behind the scenes, but like I said, the major chaos is going to come in the spring portal because there's a lot of moves that's going to be made. Alabama still needs some help. Washington still, looking for help. So there's going to be a lot of still stuff moving around in the springtime. To see, who leaves from Michigan, anything like that. Not saying they're going to have mass exodus, but you're going to see some players leave. They still got another 30 day. They still got 30-day window that's open. So there's still a lot of things to play out when it comes to the DC and signing day being next week. There's just a lot to still play out. Hopefully they have the DC signed before signing day, so this can just get over with and we can talk about it and move forward.
Hey, but
Because
listen, this
Rob, they
what I
don't want to. No, go ahead, coach. Go ahead, coach.
this what I'm gonna tell you. This what I'm gonna tell y'all. When you getting a kid the caliber of BJ, do you think that there's not some talk about a defensive line coach and a defensive coordinator? And I'm just asking y'all, like, sometimes we asking
Preach.
ourselves silly questions, guys. You get what I'm saying? But okay, I mean, hey, what we not gonna
Silly,
do on
coach.
Rod the Man?
Silly.
What we not gonna do here on Rod the Man Media is keep answering that. We don't know, guys. We some nobodies. We do not know who the defensive coordinator is. When y'all find out, we'll talk about it. When it get announced, we'll talk about it. But I just don't believe that y'all don't believe that this you gonna get a kid of this caliber and he don't know who his coach gonna be, and they haven't discussed about the potential of who the defensive coordinator could be. I'm not saying that they discussed about who the defensive coordinator is, but discussed about who his coach was gonna be and who the defense or what kind of scheme were they gonna run.
Options, coach. Options. Options, man. And it's gonna only be one or two things gonna happen when they name the DC. Either people gonna whine and cry about who he is, or players is gonna flip as soon as they can to come over there and play up under the man. One or two things is gonna happen, man. You know what I mean? They gonna whine and cry about who it is because it's somebody they didn't want, or players is gonna flip to go run over there and play up under the man.
But this the thing. We're not Coach Prime ain't gonna care. It ain't gonna stop them from working out. It ain't gonna like so if it don't affect y'all like that, like come on, man. It's coaches getting hired every day that y'all don't know about. Ain't nobody asking about them.
And then Missouri just hired a DC yesterday,
Yeah, but that's
and
because they
I don't
DC.
see no. I don't hear
But
no talk
he
about.
got another job.
We can't hear you, coach. But yeah, man. I mean, Rob, man. I think that the coordinator is going to be obviously be somebody that's going to have that's going to be at that top notch level, man. Or it wouldn't even take this long. If he was going to just hire anybody just to replace DC, he would have been and done it. He could have did that with anybody.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. I know who the final three is. I'm just gonna let it come out. I ain't even gonna say that about it. I ain't gonna give you no
Uh,
hints. I ain't gonna say that. I know who the final three are. I'm just letting it ride, man. When it
and the
come out,
players
it come
know who
out.
they are.
They
The
definitely
players
know
know,
who they
man.
and that's again what this boils down to, guys. And this is what I tell my team. And if y'all see it in my post, we believe in us. So it don't matter if y'all believe in us or not. We believe in us. So if you get upset because we didn't hire who you want us to hire the defensive coordinator, or if you don't like what we do at practice, that's fine. We believe in us. And that's the
All right,
mentality that I see.
and that's
Be-
And that's the crazy thing, cause people have all this complaining and stuff, but they still watching. They in the comment section on the videos complaining about the kids buying a house for their daddy, talking this and that. But you steady come back watching. Oh, they don't do nothing but show that y'all was born with this and born with that. Man, why y'all steady watching if you don't like it and it bothers you?
but
They like
in this,
that.
hey, and there you go, Mr. Steve. That's what I was finna tell. I tell people this. I told somebody this one day. Y'all watch these little reality TV shows, right? There's no way in hell I'm going somewhere, somebody I don't like, and I know something gonna pop off and it's gonna make it. But you know what happens? You gotta make TV. So you gotta go over there and
Right.
make it happen. Come on, man. If y'all listen, this is what we say over here, man. If y'all don't like us, that's fine. Hey, the sun gonna
And
rise in the morning. Go ahead,
hey,
coach.
coach, and
The
I'm gonna
sun.
tell you another thing too, coach. What people don't understand, and Prime has took this to a whole nother level by this right here, this internet, and by his son posting the videos and Prime having them documentaries. He done took it to reality TV. It's like it's football. It's like football slash reality TV, because obviously you getting the entertainment of reality TV in the suspense of not knowing who the DC is. This is part of it.
Hey,
He's
coach.
dragging it and holding it out like that for the entertainment value and to keep bringing you back.
Hey, coach. What I tell people all the time is this here. I count myself as being a temple, and as being a temple, I I have restrictions on what comes into me, because what pours into me is what's going to come out of me. If you put
Amen. Amen.
foolishness, and that's the only reason I come to Rob's channel, because I do it this way. All that foolishness, man, it's good. It's good when I go home in Mississippi and the dudes on the street and they have their little jokes. I'll do that for 35, 45 minutes, but that ain't gonna put money in my pocket. I do things that create wealth. I do things that are going to show my kids, hey, this is what a good father does. That foolishness of what a husband's supposed to do for his wife, all that nonsense, I tell you, it's cute if that's what you like. And please hear my heart. I'm not criticizing anyone who does that. That you have a right to do that. That's your prerogative. But what I will tell you is this here. When you look at your life and you start saying, well, why don't I have this and why don't I have that? I guarantee you 9 times out of 10, you show me your friends, I'm going to tell you where you're going to end up at.
Better. I mean, it again, guys, and this not, and like I say, we the only thing we tell y'all is, yeah, we pro prime over here. So if like, yeah, when football comes out, is we gonna be critical? Yeah, we gonna be critical, but it's enough of that go on, because again, it becomes more than just football. Like what these boys buying Dion a house got to do with anything got to do with Colorado football. It's what we told y'all before earlier this season when people say, Shador want to go pro. He want to make the money. Shador making the money sitting right there at the University of Colorado. He gonna make as much money as any of the rookie quarterbacks gonna make this year. Cause they ain't gonna make no more than about, I think that's the cap, about 5, maybe 6 million.
He's a
He gonna make
brand.
that. He gonna make that easy.
Oh, he's a
But
brand
what?
now.
So, but
Easy, man.
what it turns into, guys, is you want to see kids become better young men because y'all see what the world becoming. And if we can't change our youth, then it's gonna continue the cycle. We gotta stop it somehow. And I can get what people say, oh well this that. But if y'all look at these other black coaches that's getting jobs, y'all see what Nick Williams went down there and did. Them boys got the chairs, they got that swag. Hey, Syracuse ain't never had that there going on. Them boys know what is Nick Williams know what
Hey,
it takes.
they turn it up there in Syracuse too, coach. They ain't seen no talent. Just like Boulder ain't seen that talent that Brown bringing in there. Syracuse ain't seen that talent that Frank Brown, what his name is bringing up there to Syracuse, man. To be honest,
All right,
this
all right,
class
don't
that
let.
he building right now is better than the class that Prime brought in last year.
Oh, absolutely. 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 Way.
I'm talking about Frank Brown
But
up there at Syracuse. Them boys gonna
correct.
be a problem in the ACC.
In a few years,
Because that quarterback is equivalent of a Shador. Not saying they're on the same level, but he's equivalent of a Shador. You know what I mean? As far as talent level. You know
yep.
what I mean? The only thing they didn't bring up there was a Travis Hunter. Other than that,
They got athletes though. They
And
got some.
but and then this what it showcases, guys. It showcases, and now you got the guy getting a job at Michigan. So now you got some black guys at some powerful schools, and now this has to work. This has to work for Sharon Moore. Like I say, me and my brother talk every day, and all I'm hoping is that they didn't give this man this job to fail, so they could go out and
Correct.
hire somebody else.
Correct.
Because they are in a rebuild. Let's not make no mistakes about it. Michigan is gonna be in a rebuild, and that comes from some Michigan people. I ain't just talking about Coach Dre. We talk to Michigan people.
They
You
they
get what
lose
I'm
they
saying?
lose they losing 5 on defense and six on offense going to the NFL. So that's big time. And your starting
and
quarterback.
they finna
That's
give him
big time.
1 year. I guarantee you, man. I hope they don't, but they gonna give him 1 year. After next year, if he don't win, if they don't go to a bowl game next year, they're gonna get that man out of there, man.
They'll go to this is the problem I have, Coach and Rob. This guy is set up to fail because now in Michigan's mind, their fan mind, You got to beat Ohio State, which Ohio State has the best team this year
No
for next
doubt,
year.
no
Ohio
doubt, no
State
doubt.
has way, but the expectation is he should beat them. Then the next thing is 10 wins ain't enough. Because if you lose to Ohio State and Penn State, it's a problem. What can happen? It's the end of the world. And you hate to see that, especially with a team. This guy can win 9 games, and you're going to hear people crying and criticizing him. So I can't believe Harbaugh would have won 11.
And
Stop it, people.
and
Stop
now he
it.
got added
He ain't
on.
winning
Now
11
he got
every
added
year.
on. And now he got added on problems, Mr. Woodley, with Oregon and USC.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Those are
Right. That's
especially
the biggest
Oregon,
thing.
man. It's a stacked. Come
Oregon is
on,
the
man.
biggest threat.
Okay,
Hey,
so
hey,
since we talk, go ahead,
hold
Rob.
on. Hey, Lawrence, come up. Lawrence, come up. Go ahead, Coach Ray.
Okay, so listen. So since we talking about that, Saturday we was gonna do our top 12. So
Y'all
I
go
went
ahead.
and looked at it. So understand this, that the top 14. So when you win your conference championship, you automatically get into the playoffs. So the SEC, the ACC, the Big Ten, and the Big 12 champion will get in. They also will get a bye in the playoffs. They will not play in the first round of the playoff games. The other 8 teams, 5 will play 12, 6 will play 11, 7 will play 10, and 8 and 9 will play. So this how I got it set up. I got the SEC champion, I got Georgia. The ACC champion, I got Miami. The Big Ten champion, I got Ohio State. In the Big 12 champion, I got Utah. Here are the other teams that I got getting into the playoffs from the SEC: Texas, Missouri, Ole Miss, and LSU. I have no other teams getting in from the ACC, just the conference champion. In the Big Ten, I have Oregon and Penn State. I have Colorado getting in from the Big 12 because I got Utah winning, and I got Notre Dame. That give me my that would give me my 12. I rank them this way. Georgia would be the 1 seed, Ohio State would be the 2 seed, Miami would be the 3 seed, Utah would be the 4 seed. The first round of the playoffs, the 5 seed for me would be Texas. They would play the 12 seed Penn State. The 6th seed would be Oregon. They would play the 11th seed LSU. Missouri would be the 7th seed. They would play the 10th seed Notre Dame. Ole Miss would be the 8th seed, and they would play Colorado the 9th seed.
I like it, Coach. I like the only thing I would
Okay,
change is. Oh,
go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead.
The
No, no,
only
go ahead,
thing
Papa.
The only thing I would change is this one here for me. Everything you got, I got. I would just exchange LSU out for Alabama. I'm gonna put Alabama in there because I think DeBoer is a much better coach. Even though they rebuilding, but I just believe in him as a coach. I think with what he got, he's gonna surprise some people with Milroe. I'm just saying because I looked at LSU and they're talented. They're very talented, but they just lose too many games that
Euro.
they should win. For me, that's just for me. That's just for me. I did that, and I'm with Notre Dame. Texas to me is going to win the SEC, and I picked Ohio State for the other one. Utah, I'm with you on Utah. So everything you got, I got. I just would switch Alabama with LSU because I want to see. I think Milroe, if he's going to be the starting quarterback, I think that Alabama can win some games that people might not think they can win.
If LSU ain't in the playoffs, then Brian Kelly don't got a job.
Yeah, I'm with you on all that too, Coach. But I don't think Milroe is gonna be there, man. I think Milroe gonna leave after spring ball. I don't care if he was at a basketball game doing a announcing or nothing. I don't think he fit the Bulls' offense and what he really want in a quarterback. He likes pocket passes and all that. I don't think he can turn him Milroe into that. I think Milroe will be in the
Well,
transfer portal either after spring or going into next year.
He's
well,
their
the
best
thing
option to
is,
win.
the quarterback that was coming to Washington from wherever, he's coming to Alabama, so he will be there. So, hey, hold on, let me finish this. So now the winners of them games. This the only thing I hate about my prediction. The quarterfinals would be so. This another thing with the first round of the playoffs. The home team will get to pick where it's played at, so they can either play at their field or they can play at a neutral site if they want to. But whoever the higher seed is will get to pick where you play at. Now, the quarterfinal games will be consist of these bowl games. Well, I wrote that shit down there. Will consist of the Fiesta Bowl, the Peach Bowl, the Rose Bowl, and the Sugar Bowl. Now, this is where things get tricky because I got Colorado winning, but in the quarterfinals, we play the number one seed in Georgia. The second seed, Ohio State, would play Missouri. The third seed, Miami, would play the sixth seed, Oregon. I had Oregon winning, and then I had the fourth seed, Utah, playing Texas. So that's where I feel like I really stopped because I felt like that's what Colorado would come to the end of the road. But if we win the Pac-12, we'd be one of the top four seeds. So that's
The Big
why
12.
we are, in my estimation, we need to be of the Big 12. If we win the Big
Big
12,
12, yeah.
we'll be a top four. We'll be a
But
top
Who
you
you
four
got?
got,
seed instead of
Who, who
getting
you got
ranked
for the SEC?
below
but
them top four.
you're picking
But
Utah to win the Big 12 though,
I
correct?
got I got Georgia. Yes, sir. I'm picking Utah to win the Big 12 right now. What I got from the SEC, I got Georgia winning the SEC with Texas, Missouri, Ole Miss, and LSU.
Okay.
So
What
that's
about
what I got.
Auburn, coach? You don't think
I think
Auburn?
Mister.
You don't
I
think
think
Auburn got a
Mister.
chance to sneak in there, coach?
No, cause I think they only gonna put five in there. Now listen, you can go look it up yourself. They got a top 12. They got a top 25, early top 25 with they top 12 teams in it. And so what I did was I kind of went by their motto. They had five SEC teams in that top 12. So that's what I got. I got five SEC teams in the playoffs because I think that's what it's gonna be about. It's gonna be about the SEC, but for ESPN. So they're gonna get five. I just don't see Auburn getting in the West when you already gonna have Texas, Missouri, and Ole Miss and LSU, all them coming out the West. The only team I got coming
Yeah.
out the East is Georgia and Missouri.
Yep. That's true. That's true. That's true. And you're gonna
So that's
also
what I'm
have
saying.
it
I
where
don't think you can get another
strength of
team out the
schedule.
West.
With strength of schedule at the end of the year, it's going to be hard for those teams to push past SEC teams, even though they're going to have two losses and some might have three losses. But their strength of schedule is so strong, you can't put a team with just one loss and they ain't beat number one team, then they probably ain't in the top 20. So it's hard to push that team past them. So the
And
SEC is going
listen,
to be fierce.
and then I had to go back and I had forgot about Notre Dame. I had to put them in there when I had to go back and look. I did have them in there at first.
You have to because they're gonna
You
they're
got to
gonna
put them
win
in there.
9 or 10 games.
Yeah, so you got to put them in there. Now, the only other team that can scare me out of the ACC that can scrounge up to get in is maybe Louisville, and then that takes somebody else out. That like Louisville would
You
take
don't,
out Penn State for me if another team from the ACC got in.
you don't think Duke? You don't think Duke can mess around and be a surprise team this
No,
year?
no,
They was
not
a
this
surprise
year.
team
No,
this year.
sir. No, sir. That's over.
Yeah, not
You
without
know they
not
just
not
got that
without
run
not
that
without that coach
quarterback.
that they had.
No, that coach was the
Well, you know
deal.
they
I
got
don't
that
care. No,
quarterback Murphy over there, huh?
That's not gonna do it.
Manny Diaz can't coach.
That's not gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. Now, Florida State,
Hey man,
coach. What
don't
about
do
Florida?
Willie Simmons boss like that, man. That's Willie Simmons boss.
I
Don't do
had
that.
Florida. I think Florida State gonna get probably 10 or 11 wins next year.
Wait, Mr. Steve, where you see that at?
You don't think so?
What who that cool with DJ Uncle? Whoever that quarterback?
This is. I think. Listen to me. I'm a little strange on this one here, and I'm gonna tell you why. I watch Florida State and Miami every year when they play. I don't know what it is with Miami when they play Florida State. They could have the best team. They find a way to give Florida State that game. So, and with DJ, if you look at DJ, the best way to do DJ is the way the coach did, his last coach did it. Let him manage the game, power running game, strong defense, and go from there.
So who you think a better quarterback, Coach DJ or Cam Ward?
It ain't even close. But something about Cam Ward, if you go by history, Cam Ward always have 2 games. I'm going by history. I'm going go back and look at his years. Cam's gonna have 2 games where you like, Cam, what's going on? He's going he
Mm.
10, he gonna tear you out the frame. But 2,
I tell
and if those go
if
coach.
Miami don't win the ACC, if Miami don't win the ACC, they coach getting fired, right? So that's just straight up and being honest. This is Miami's chance to be Miami again. That's it, bro. That's the only reason Cam come into Miami. That's it.
Oh, I'm
Yep.
tracking. I'm
That's,
tracking what
Well,
you're
I,
saying.
that's
But that coach has done some things, Cristobal has done some things that I'm like, I like
Norvell,
Cristobal,
are
but
you talking about? Are you talking about? Who you talking about? Norvell or Cristobal?
Cristobal, I'm talking about Cristobal as coaching because he had a few wins last year that it was automatic. All he had to do was down the ball, and he ran and they fumbled and lost the game. So it's just certain things that I'm like, it could
hey,
cost you. It could cost you.
to be honest,
hey,
man, I ain't saying I wish for they downfall, but to hell with all them Florida schools because when they fall, them students I want them to run up to Colorado. You know what I mean?
hey,
When Florida State, Miami, the Gators, it ain't nothing against Florida, the state of Florida. Nothing. I just want the talent. You know what I'm talking
Yeah, hey, we ain't mad at we ain't mad at we especially ain't mad at you for the
about?
Gators, but the Gators got a plan. The Gators got a
I
all
just
plan.
right,
want
I'm
the
all
telling
right.
y'all,
talent,
the
They,
Gators
man.
got
they
a plan.
they got young, but are they going to keep their
Go ahead,
coach
Papa.
long enough?
Mm, that's the plan.
Okay. I'm tracking, but
All
they got the
right.
talent. They got the young talent. I
Yeah,
The
I
just
like
plan is
that,
for him to
Rob. I
leave.
like that, Rob.
Yeah, they got a plan. Get them up out of there, and they got an exit plan for them. But I big
Well,
LT,
they
who
should
you
have.
got? Who you got? Before I give up my teams.
For you talking about coming out of for the playoffs.
Yeah, who you got? Who your 12? This we just go.
Oh,
We'll just.
well,
Yeah.
I agree with Coach Dre said as far as the SEC team, and then the Big 12. I can see Utah winning. I want to go with Utah, but I wouldn't be surprised if Utah don't be that good this year, man. If it's, I'm gonna give you somebody that it's gonna be 2 teams that I think that might surprise us this year in 12, and I'm gonna go with of course, well, it's Kansas State and hell, maybe UCF, man, because I'm going with the quarter team that got the quarterback on their squad. Kansas State got a good young freshman on their squad that's pretty decent. That quarterback they had as a freshman at the end of the year, and then UCF just got KJ Jefferson from Arkansas or whatnot, and they always got talent down there at UCF, especially with that running back. They running back led the Big 12 in rushing last year. You know
He
what I mean?
did. He did. He a beast.
And then out of the Big Ten, I'm gonna go with Oregon and I don't see what
Ohio
people
State. I
see
hope.
Penn State. I'm gonna go with Oregon and Ohio State because Penn State they don't never they always end up exactly where they was last year's rankings and stuff. They rank high, and then the end of the year they go back exactly where they was at. You know what I mean? I don't have no trust in Penn State. They like a Iowa to me. And what's the other conference? ACC. I got Miami. I got Miami and I guess Florida State, man. They ain't got. I don't see Dabo doing nothing else this year. He finna get ready to get fired. I think Dabo
So
gonna
you
finna
gotta
get
pick.
ready to get fired, man.
Hey, so you gotta pick one more team, bro. I don't think that's 12 because you gotta
Okay, and
because I had three in the Big
out
Ten.
of where? Out of the
Because you had Notre
ACC?
Dame for your 12, so basically your 12.
Yeah,
So
I
he
had
got to
Notre
pick one
Dame.
more. Yeah, you
Yeah, you
got to
gotta
pick
pick
one
one more,
more.
big.
Okay. Well, I guess you might as well throw Notre Dame in there. They independent, right?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Okay.
Dependent.
Well, I'll go with Notre Dame. I'll go with
because of
Notre
their
Dame.
schedule, they're going to get 10,
Right.
11 wins because of their
Right.
schedule.
Rob, I bet $100 FSU wins at least 10 games.
Come on, who
I,
said that?
I,
I just looked at FSU. That transfer portal was good to them. I just went and reviewed their team, and I'm like, hey, if they run that football like they said, and it all goes with coaching. If they run that football the way they supposed to, DJ don't turn the ball over, that defense gonna win them games.
All right. Here's who I got. Let's break this down. So SEC, I got Georgia, Texas, Mizzou, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn. All right.
Damn, you got the whole
Uh,
SEC.
You got 6. You
You
got
got
I
the
got
6.
whole.
six.
You
All
got
right,
Six.
go
six.
ahead.
Okay, okay.
ACC, I got Miami. Big Ten, I got Ohio State, Oregon. Independence, I got Notre Dame. Big 12, I got Utah, Colorado.
About except for I
I
don't
don't know about Utah,
that's
man.
all.
Yeah, I
Hey,
don't.
tell whoever that is if they want to put their $100 up, we good for the 100. If they want to send it to the cash out, we good for the 100. What they
Yeah,
said?
you gotta send that.
Cause I just
You gotta send. Yeah, you gotta send that to the cash app for it to be a bit. Yeah. But all right, so I'm gonna break down why I took 16 from the SEC. Right.
well, yeah, you got to
Uh,
explain that because that's too many teams from the West.
I just want Auburn
I
because
did,
you tell me like
but here's
Auburn.
the. But all right, after this year, well, it's really you got Georgia that's on the East. I think Texas in on the
No, Texas in the West.
uh,
That's what I'm
but
telling you. That's too
Mizzou's
many teams from the
Mizzou.
West.
No, Mizzou's in the East too.
That's it. That's
So you
4
got
teams
I
from
got
the West.
yeah, but the way I look at it, right? If two of those teams go 9-3, 10-2, right?
Bro, they got to play each other though.
Right. But people, what I'm saying, even if you win two out of those three of those games, right? Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn, right? Say they balance out and they win, they go 10-2, 9-3, right? You're gonna take them over a Big 12 team or a Big 10 team because of their strength of schedule. Because it's the strength of schedule. Uh, and then my but here's my sleeper teams, right? If I go with five teams, these are my sleeper teams. My sleeper teams are Penn State, Michigan, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and UCF. Right, those are my sleeper teams. And the reason why I've got them as my sleeper teams is all it takes is for like them to get one more win and they get in. Right, when you look at Oklahoma State, they win 19 games every year. Right, so them winning 11 games, the committee might put them in. Kansas State, they do about the they do about the same.
But
UCL, yeah, UCF is gonna be the
hold on, but see what I'm
but
saying.
but
What I'm saying is somebody got to come out though. You get what I'm saying? Like
well, see
I only
my
think that
thing
I
of
only and you got
but here's
go
my
ahead,
thing.
Papa.
I'm taking Auburn over LSU if I gotta take somebody out.
Wow.
That's what I'm.
Now that's a
That's what
good
I'm
one.
doing.
That wow.
That's what I'm doing. And it's because when I look at the landscape now, could Bama come back and do something this year? They could. But this, as of right now, looking at because you got to think about it. What is Alabama going to look like after the spring transfer portal? That could change this whole scenario, right? So we're
Now
just
that's
going on
true.
based upon
That is true.
we're going based upon right now because how the landscape of these teams. You never know who's going to jump in the portal to go play at Alabama once we get to the spring because there's going to be so much up in the air. So that's why I'm doing it. That as of right now, these are my
Hey,
6
but
teams.
but that, this another thing we got to think of. Like of a Liberty go undefeated, do you have to put them in? You got to put them in. You
No,
got
you
to, bro.
don't.
Why not,
You know, because you're not going to put it in two independent teams. Is it going to be them or Notre Dame?
bro? If you go undefeated, you got to put them in.
And
I don't
well,
think
it
it's going to
depends
happen.
on how they rank them because it's going to go on that ranking. And are they going to be ranked in the top 12? And I can see them saying just because they undefeated, who are they going to beat though? If they don't beat somebody big, that 12-0 means nothing.
It don't. But what I'm saying is, I thought they were saying that was the reason because see, if they'd have had that 12-team playoff that year, that UCF went undefeated, tell Lawrence to come on up here so he can talk about it. What do you got? Texas, Ohio State, Georgia, Oregon, Ole Miss, Utah, Notre Dame, Louisville, Missouri, Penn State. I mean, everybody got just about the same thing except for
Well, he put in
He put
Louisville,
two
Miami.
ACC
he
in,
put two ACC teams in.
I
and I
mean,
don't see that if
consensus.
they don't have a strong conference. I don't see two of them getting.
All right, so here's the consensus, right? We got Texas. Everybody agree on Texas. Everybody agree on Ohio State. Everybody agree on Georgia. For the most
Oregon,
part, everybody agree on Oregon.
Oh yeah, sure.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss
Missouri
and Notre Dame,
The only
and
thing on
Miami.
here is
Mizzou.
Louisville. Only thing on here is Mizzou. Is what he got wrong.
He got
Him,
Louisville.
No, he
Louisville.
him
good.
got it wrong. Him got it
He got
wrong. I'm just
Louisville.
saying, yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah. I'm saying we all inconsistent except for the Louisville for him.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Cause,
But
cause he but I'm saying I'll go with that instead of the Auburn.
yeah, because they'll have a better record probably.
I just don't see them. I just don't see them letting four. If it's 6 teams on the SEC, it's got to be 3-3.
Correct.
That's yeah.
Yeah,
But
correct.
I
You
don't
see
like
what I'm
I don't
saying?
like nobody.
Yeah.
But see, here's I don't like
I'm
nobody
with
else
you.
to the east.
I don't like
Yeah.
nobody else from the East. Not a
Outside of
damn team.
Georgia and Mizzou, and you can't give me Florida.
Right.
You can't give me South Carolina.
T-
You can't. Oh,
Tennessee, nobody.
now Kentucky. I can put them on the
Ain't
feet.
gonna happen. Ain't gonna
I
happen. Not
can't
this
because
year.
I can't. Cause
I can't
they
see
gonna
it.
be. They'll be. They gonna sneak up, but see they could hurt somebody, but they ain't gonna be able to win the. They ain't gonna be able to win the East.
Yeah,
Consistently. Yep,
right.
consistently. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's their own. That's South Carolina. The same thing. South Carolina sneak up and beat a Missouri or somebody like that, but they can't stay consistent. And
Correct.
Florida ain't beat nobody. We gonna have a rookie quarterback. We ain't beat nobody.
I don't see nothing happening with Tennessee. Sorry, Tennessee fans, just don't.
I mean, and this ain't no knock because y'all niggas. I mean, people think we mad because we didn't get booed. It ain't that. I just don't. I just don't see it. Georgia and Mizzou, the best 2 teams in the East.
And they got the best roster. People fail to realize the roster means something. When I look at your team and I see how many NFL prospects you have on your team and you're well coached, that tells me what you're going to do that season. You should be very productive and win.
I got and my championship game for next year was I got Tech. What I had was Texas and Ohio State. They would play each other in the championship.
That'll be nice. That'll be nice. That'll be a
Well,
nice championship. Now that would be nice. So what you're saying basically, it's going to be a lot of fired coaches next year.
no, it's already that is already there. It's already the coach that's going to be fired. It's already known. Who the coach gonna be.
Who finna be fired?
I'm just saying
Who?
if teams don't meet the expectation of the fans and the boosters and things like that, I can see a lot of coaches not having. Rob, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Rob.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
Yeah, it's not coming through. I can hear you, Coach Dre, but I can't hear
I can
Rob.
hear you. I can hear you too. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Yeah, but so no, I mean, and like I said, I'm just being honest. I just want to hold on. What he said, Rob? If you know,
Can you hear me? You good?
Put those teasers because it's pissing some people off.
Can
we
you hear
don't care
me?
about that. Yeah, now we can. Yeah, yeah.
Grandstanding.
Okay. Okay.
What's
All right.
grand?
Grandstanding.
So
What's
What's
what
grandstanding?
grandstanding?
I'm saying is the teams are. I mean, coaches already know they're gonna get fired. We know who they are pretty much. You got your Miami. Chris Paul's on the hot seat, right? He got to win the ACC. If he don't, it's a
Period.
done dollar for him.
Yep.
Florida, it's already a done dollar. I don't even know why they even read him up. That's just a done dollar
I mean,
already.
if he go 5-0 out the gate, he might keep his job. Ryan Day
Nah,
Ryan
dog.
Day on the hot seat.
Nah, dog.
Oh, he's on the hot seat. If Ohio State don't win, he done. He done.
No, that's a done dollar.
Brian Kelly on the hot seat.
Hey,
Correct.
I'm gonna give y'all a sneaky one that ain't nobody talking about. I think James Franklin at Penn State is gonna be on the hot seat.
For
Nah,
what? When you gonna
they
go get
support him.
something better?
They support that. You can't find a better coach than him to stay there,
I'm
man.
just,
Hey,
bro. You can't.
10 wins every
With,
year.
hey, listen. This conference with the conference getting better, I think that helped them. Now, if the conference would have stayed the same, I might be with you. But with Oregon and USC coming in, I think that helped them some. I think that buy
Big
them
time.
about 2 more years.
Yep. And who are you going
um,
to replace him with? Because that's where I would go. If you get rid of him, what are you going to do? And who would want to come behind a man that have won 10 games every year and you fired him? What can I do?
because you can't get over the hump. Like, we've seen this happen before.
But
We
Yeah,
didn't.
that's
that
We didn't.
but it's
We didn't
but
see
who don't really got fired for that except for Georgia coach when they got
correct.
rid of him. That's the only person I know that couldn't get over the hump that
LSU.
got fired.
All right, well, they probably LSU coach after he won the national championship. Fired him next year.
Well,
Oh, cause
that was a person.
Yeah.
yeah, I
That was
think
per yeah.
I just think Ed
Yeah.
Orgeron they had got all they could out of him.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I think they
He,
had
he,
got
he
everything they could out of him. I don't think
But
I like Orgeron myself.
but
Mizzou
he
did
just
it.
didn't match
I
with
know that
them.
for a fact.
Who y'all fired?
Mizzou did it a couple years ago. They had 2 good seasons.
But
Fired
he
coach.
got into something though, didn't he? It wasn't just he just got. I thought something happened. Okay. I didn't know, bro. I didn't remember that one.
But I mean, the new coach they got doing even better because he actually recruiting the state of Missouri like he's supposed to. But
He's recruiting.
But yeah, them the only
uh,
coaches them the only coaches that's in the big schools that I see on the hot seat. Cause Lane Kiffin ain't going nowhere because you can't get nobody better.
no, Chip out of there.
Yeah,
This is
Chip
Oh
gonna
last
yeah,
leave
season.
on his
yeah.
own. Chip
Well,
leaving on
Chip,
his
Chip,
own though.
Chip, Chip, Chip trying to go
Yeah.
now. If he get
Yeah.
him an
Yeah,
offensive coordinator job, Chip gonna leave now.
Yeah. Yeah. Chip
I
gone.
can
NFL offensive coordinator, yeah, he dog.
I can see Lincoln Riley finna get up out of there.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall for Lincoln. If he don't, if
Henry,
his
Hen-
defense don't improve and show something, I can see him.
Okay, but that's a nice job. But again, who can you get to come coach? That gonna want to come coach and coach under them lights and come coach under that. It take a mighty man to come coach at USC.
I know, but hey, listen, what have you produced? You ain't got to sit. You ain't got to sit playoffs.
I told Breezy them what to do. It's gonna take about 120 mil.
Yeah, he
It take
gone.
about 120 mil. He'll go coach USC.
Yeah, he'll turn him into something.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I'm saying that's what it's gonna take. I hope they. I mean, they got the money, 120 million, 125, something like that. He'll
I
get off
just
the boot.
Lincoln Riley got to get to the playoffs, or he gonna be.
He
It's
not.
gonna be on.
But nobody up here put USC.
I know.
Nobody.
I ain't saying us. I'm saying it's just a name to watch. Like, and we watching coaches. That's the coach to be watching because we know if Chip is waiting for the Super Bowl to get over with. See if he can get offensive coordinator job.
Oh
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. But shit, but they filling up real quick because what? Who still got to get a coach? Who still got to get a head coach?
Washington, and Seattle.
What that? When they
No,
say
no.
Washington,
Washington already got their head coach.
Did they? Well, I'm up here.
who in
Let
there?
me go look at that. We're talking about
No,
McDonald. Let me go look. I heard that they were saying they were. Let me go look and see if they made it official.
I thought 20 already
Who they
have their
hired?
head coach. I know it ain't
No man.
Eric.
Oh yeah, it ain't Big Enemy. Everybody told me talking about Magic gonna make sure he get the job. Man, I told y'all.
Man, I'm up here in Maryland. The enemy
Got
when your star players are criticizing you and talking about you too hard on them, and you hold them accountable. and Terry McLaurin them criticizing you to the owner,
That's
you're not
terrible
getting the job, and that was terrible.
for
Just
for
because he's
holding you
making you
accountable.
accountable,
Yeah, that's
he's
trash,
making you
man.
accountable. You getting upset about it.
Yeah, that's hella
But my
trash.
thing is that ain't their team. Like everybody told me Magic was gonna make it happen, and it didn't make it happen. I ain't saying it's Magic fault, but I'm just saying this
The
man,
line,
this
the
man,
line,
this man, the Lions OC is who they talking about gonna get that job.
yeah, the Lions OC is open. That's what I thought. I could have sworn how they coaches it was gonna
Yeah,
be the
I mean
Lions.
they
I was
said
tripping.
no, they were saying he was gonna get the job whenever they lost. So it should come out that he gonna be the next head coach. But how long has he been an offensive coordinator? Like I just don't get how you overlook the enemy for a guy that I think he just became an offensive coordinator. I thought he was a position coach or something.
Yeah, Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
They must not be enemies. Like his energy coming in there in that what's called
Man,
meeting
listen.
rooms with or
But
something, man.
but my G, this man, how many Super Bowls every enemy got? Like I just like
The man
You're
know what he's
losing
talking about.
organization. You're losing organization, and you're complaining because somebody want to hold you. That's what I can't understand. We're not talking about a Super Bowl winning organization. You are a losing organization, and you're
my
complaining. Please,
I mean, only thing that's
but
gonna
this one.
happen is Airbnb is gonna end up back with the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, and we go
Mahomes
higher.
want him. Mahomes want him because Mahomes didn't have to chew nobody out like Tony and the rest of them. Mahomes don't have to chew nobody out when the enemy there.
Hey,
He
listen.
does that.
Hey, listen. I said this. I ain't gonna no chief receiver slander this week because them boys came up big yesterday. Cause but listen,
Nah, I ain't
that
watching
was
the
the
Super
dumbest.
Bowl. I ain't watching it.
Hey,
I ain't watching the Super Bowl. Ain't none of the teams in there I wanted to see win. I ain't watching it, man. They cheated my boy Lamar. Yeah, I give some props, little props to Kansas City.
they
You know what
played
I'm saying?
bad.
But
Please stop
they
it.
cheated they took that from Lamar, man.
No, no, they did not. No, they did not. No, they.
Hey,
And I'm
look, Coach. Mr. Woodley. I'm gonna tell you when I felt like the sabotage was in. Is when they had
okay.
that administrative timeout. When they had that administrative timeout, I knew it was something funny was going on, and they missed like three pass interferences. That
Yeah, but
interception in the end zone was a
but
pass interference. That,
that had nothing. Big LT. Let me go this one with you. I'm the biggest Lamar Jet. I wanted it for him, and I'm up here in the Baltimore area. At the end of the day, Lamar tried to outdo Patrick
You can
Mahomes. He
thank
wanted
you can thank Zay Flowers for that. You can thank
absolutely.
Zay Flowers for that, bro.
Well,
and that play
I'm not
calling
gonna
was
put.
ridiculous. Why
I'm
they
not just
wasn't
gonna.
running the ball more?
You 6 times they ran the ball. You are, and the next thing is you didn't bring Cook in the game, which I didn't understand. You went and got Cook, the running back. You didn't play him. You ran the ball 6 times in the second half. Lamar Jackson had lanes open bigger than the Ohio River, and he failed to run the ball. When you run the ball, instead of Brock Purdy did what Lamar should have did, and that's a problem.
But what
And
I'm
I think
saying
they were
is,
telling him to stay in the pocket and get rid of the ball to the receivers, man. Because when is it when Lamar ain't running?
Thank you. So Baltimore, when it gets to big games, one thing I will give Jim Harbaugh credit for. Jim Harbaugh, compared to his brother, Jim Harbaugh has ugly football. The defense played spectacular, gave up 17 points, and your offense had the ball on scoring position on 4 different occasions, and you just got 7 points. That's a problem. It's a problem.
again, guys, let's just be frank. We get the bomb, the Flowers. That boy make flowers cut back in when he could have just kept coming across the field and scored. And then you push the boy down and we get a 15-yard penalty. Then you come across the middle, you catch the ball, and because you did that dumb stuff, you fumble the ball when we finna score and go down by 3, man. Zay Flowers and his character.
And then they showing the walking clothes hanger all night. I'm tired of seeing Taylor Swift. Come on, man. For what? Y'all just
Hey,
showed this
hey,
girl 50,000 times and all that, man. Let lightly. come in there and
Hey,
his
listen,
girlfriend is Ice Spice. If Likely come in there with Mark Andrews are Likely coming there with Ice Spice, it's an issue. They asking them if they married, if they where their wedding ring at, what is going on, what she got on all this, man. They weren't
Big
giving that
LT,
black girl that Kelsey was with all that media time. She was better than that in that thing.
Big LT. That if you want to stop that, all they had to do was play Baltimore Ravens football, and they would have sent Casey home, and you'd be and you going to the Super Bowl. That's all you had to do. You'll stop that Taylor Swift stuff,
hey,
but they didn't
and
do it.
y'all got it, and what's finna happen now? If this boy win the Super Bowl, hey, you gonna have to put him behind Brady.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I
Because
ain't
Ain't
he,
nothing
watching
he
it.
else to say.
this is this is the worst team he's
You ain't
gonna
gotta
have in
watch it,
his
but if he
career.
win, that'll be 3. He been in the league 7 years. He done been to the Super Bowl how many times?
4.
That'd be 4. That'd be 4.
He
He
been in
already
the
got
Super
3.
Four
Bowl
one.
4 times, I think.
No, he been in there 5.
He
No,
ain't got them 3
he
Super
been to the
Bowls.
AFC Championship game 6. I don't think he
Exactly.
went to the Super Bowl each time.
Because Brady
This
beat
might
him.
be his 4th. Brady beat him
Because
twice, I
Brady
think.
beat him in 1. Prevented him from going to 1 Super Bowl, and
It's
then
the
I think
fourth time
Brady
going.
beat him in.
This is 4th time going right to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep, 4th
yeah.
time.
And so if he win, he'll have 3 championships.
Yep.
And everybody know his whole treehouse is sweeter than all outdoors. Them boys sweet, boy. Them homeboys sweet. Them boys sweet. You call them twinkle toes. That man out there switching out there on the field, man. He ain't even running out there, man. Switching the
Well,
tail out there on the field, man. I blame
well,
that
we
on
could,
the daddy.
but he wins. He wins. He wins. He's a quarterback, and he
Hey, listen.
uses his feet when he's supposed to.
My thing is you can't knock him because he winning with the lesser talent. When you look at all 4 of the teams that was in the Super Bowl that was in the playoffs yesterday, he probably had the least amount of talent working with him.
Oh, and offensive, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm
And the
talking about
great thing,
offensively.
that they did, they set a receiver down, made him inactive, and put them other boys in there. And I saw they did. I didn't see no drop passes yesterday. I didn't see no drop passes, and that made the difference.
You can't go out there on that last play when it's 3rd down and we got 1 timeout. You cannot run
And
no goddamn. You can't win no cover 0 and don't send no blitz.
that's true. That's true. I agree. And I didn't understand that, but even with that, the offense. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. 6 times running. I just didn't get it. Didn't get it. Didn't get it. The game plan for Baltimore, they fall short every time. And I would say coaching, because I would tell Lamar, quit worrying about what the beautiful thing about Lamar is. What he needs to recognize is quit worrying about what people's gonna think. It's called winning. And if winning is your main thing and your feet is what can make things happen, use your feet.
And that's exactly what it was. The game plan was horrible. The game plan was horrible. Like you said, they were running the ball, and the team is built off of physicality and running the ball. Why you didn't take a page out your brother's book and run that ball,
Absolutely.
man, and out physical the
And
team,
listen,
man? And, and
and that
and
was
then the offensive line play like trash, man. Them tackles
they
was
did.
getting beat. Like I ain't never seen them get beat that bad, man. They get beat by linebackers with swim moves.
They was out there looking like Colorado tackles. I ain't finna tell you no lie. I was just like,
Man,
well,
they were looking like Colorado tackles out there, coach.
I
but
was
but
like, well,
coach,
y'all went and borrowed the Colorado tackles today. What
yeah,
are y'all doing?
but coach, those if they were Kansas City, the way they blitz, so you telling me when he blitzed like that, you had lanes open. Lamar trying to read a doggone coverage, and when he read the coverage, and I saw him 3 of them, and I love Lamar. He missed lively, because if he'd have threw the ball like he's supposed to on a few of it, he had people open. He just missed the, he missed the play that he should have went.
Because Lamar is not an anticipation thrower, man. He got to
I
see him
get you.
open
That's true.
for him to throw it
Well, how
like that.
many?
And that's one thing that hinders Lamar. He's not an anticipation thrower, man.
But he got sacked a lot yesterday too, though. And so you start seeing stuff that don't be there when you start getting sacked.
You take
That's a
off running,
same.
man. He should have been jumping out that window.
Yeah,
And
he
and one
should have, no
and
doubt.
one time Lamar ran, he's running, and I'm like, Lamar, why are you stopping and looking at the guy instead of just keeping on the sideline and
I
first
keep talking
down?
about when he, You talking about when he broke out and he was trying to step on the dude away and stuff
Exactly.
like
He
that?
trying to step on
He
him. He
couldn't.
put
He
his
couldn't.
arm
He
back.
couldn't beat him. He couldn't beat the ankle, Mr. Woodland. He was trying to. He couldn't beat the ankle. You gotta
But
say this is
sometimes,
not the
but sometimes just
2000 and
run.
this ain't the 2021 2019 Lamar, man. He can't get away from him like he did that year. He was pushing off on them
But let
boys
me
that
ask
year.
y'all a real question. Let me ask y'all a real question. Now y'all know the NFL. Now they got 2 weeks. Now they finna do the voting. Do you think they get the MVP to Brock Purdy now and not Lamar?
Oh no, Lamar got the MVP. Brock
Nah,
Purdy.
they
If you watch Brock Purdy, he should not. Kansas City, San Francisco shouldn't even be in the Super Bowl because if Detroit would have played with any kind of,
right.
you would have just played the numbers. He should. He
Listen,
should.
listen.
That should have
I
been
tell
an
y'all
L.
no lie. When them boys went up 21-7, I said, man, this thing over with. I stopped watching. I said Detroit finna
Me
run
too,
these boys
coach.
out the building. I
But
said
Me
these
too,
boys. I
coach.
said Detroit is finna run these boys out the building. And then I look on Twitter, they talking about something. They done come back. I say, come back. What is
because
y'all
Dan
doing out here,
because
man?
Dan Campbell got the ball. They up 21-7. They can kick a field goal. He want to go for it on fourth down. And
But
everything after that
I
start
can't get
rolling.
mad. I can't get mad at him because that's the kind of football coach he is. So again, like I tell people all the time, the same thing. People jump on me about prime. That's what them kind of guys do. They do he done that all year. He like to go for it on fourth and stuff like that. So
This the
I
Super
mean,
Bowl.
it's a chance to go to the Super Bowl. But
And when you got a
again,
chance to put three on the board, put three on the board. But that's fine. That's fine. He did that. The only thing that I would say that I will get on the offensive coordinator is this one here. When St. Brown got that ball, he caught the ball. How is it that St. Brown didn't touch the ball until the end of the game in the second half? I did not understand that. They should have put him in motion because Reynolds was not the person you should be throwing to. That's all I will say. St. Brown was
What?
going. He was on.
What?
well, they're gonna be on at the house. But they had a good season. That's the biggest thing. I'm happy for them. It looked like they was gonna make a Cinderella run and make it the year of Michigan, but I mean the 49ers they got that playoff moxie, and sometimes that plays a big role when you get a team that ain't been there before and a team that's done been there. And what you saw was that the 49ers didn't give up or thought they didn't never think they were not the football game. They always thought they had a chance, and so that's the difference.
Different, yeah, they may play. And when that ball, and I'm gonna keep on saying it, cornerbacks. The cornerback, the ball hits you in the hand, hits you on the helmet, goes to number 11. He makes a miraculous catch. When that happened, I say it's over. It's over. You got to intercept the ball and knock it down. Those are plays that are game-changing plays that could definitely take you to that next level of the Super Bowl. So when that happened, I was like, man, they done. You can't make a catch like that and lose the game. It just don't happen normally. When you get plays like that, you normally win.
What's the word, Sue Buff? The honesty.
What's good, fellas? I'm just listening in right now, trying to get to this bad area.
So you called the tail end, man. I was gonna let you get your final words in, bro. I'm about to
Oh,
end this live.
I got the same. I got the same 12 as Coach Dre. I just for some strange reason, I would flip flop. CU and Utah. I just don't have Utah winning the Big Ten, Big 12.
Oh yeah, I'm with that. That's what I want. But I'm just being
Yeah,
honest right now. If I'm just being honest right now, if you came to anybody and asked who was gonna win the Big 12 right now, you have to say Utah. On paper, they look like the best team. But I'm
yeah,
hoping that that's flipped. I'm hoping that that's Colorado in the fourth seed and not in having to play in the first round. I want to get that first round bye. That's the biggest
right.
thing for anybody is to get that first round bye.
Yeah, I agree.
That,
But Rob, you got too many SEC teams. Man.
that's why I
You
tell.
got one. You got one too many, man.
Just,
I took it down. I took it down to 5.
Okay.
so who you gonna put in that spot?
I already said it. I was gonna take. I took Auburn. I took LSU out.
No, you had
What
all
up,
four,
Buzz?
but who you gonna put in that spot though?
Um,
You still need another team, is what I'm saying, bro.
No, I did pick somebody.
Mm-mm. You taking Auburn out? Who
Well,
you
I'm
putting
sorry.
in Auburn spot?
No, I'm taking LSU out and I'm putting Auburn in. But I had came down. I was still debate between
Them two SEC teams. So,
I mean just take a look, just put Louisville on there.
oh, okay. That okay. Oh.
What up, old
Because
school, Mr.
Hey,
at
Wilson?
the end of the
what's going
day,
on, Rob? What's going
yeah,
on,
old school.
panel? What's
What's up,
going
bro?
on, Coach Dre? Hey, Rob. Hey, look here. Boy, I had to shine in on that question that I guess that what was presented about that how that gonna turn out in the Big 12 thing. Is that what y'all still on? Or y'all went to another subject?
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Hey, look here, Rob. I'm telling you, boy, they're gonna get greater later. But look here, it looks like they just catching up with us real fast, Rob. Look here. I was a little bit ahead of my time last time with that 12-0 because I was just looking at the possibilities. But look here, Rob, that the possibilities thereof is getting a whole lot greater than that little foreign, whatever it was we just had, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the possibilities thereof are getting a whole lot greater. So I'm saying, look here, Rob, I might be a little bit too far ahead of myself last time, but I'm still saying 12-0. I'm sorry, Rob. I just had to say that and put it on the record. That's what I was doing. That's
Bucks
what I'm
Dynasty,
doing.
You breaking up, Coach Dre?
Say,
What you say?
say it again, big dog. Coach Dre.
His phone must have went out.
He probably froze up.
So old school, you still got that 12-0, huh?
Boy, I'll tell you, Rob, and like I said before, we look at the whole lot. Boy, I had a whole lot of hopes and possibilities for last time, and I still got hopes and a lot of possibilities for this time also. But we look at a whole lot thick for that 12-0 kind of deal than we were last time. Like I said, maybe I was a little bit ahead of my time, too much hope and possibility. But I see possibilities thereof a whole lot greater than there was last season. Just let me add that in too. So yeah, I'm back at that 12-0 again.
You see Coach Prime new house?
Oh yeah, hey, Rob. So I'm gonna tell you something, Rob. See, that's what I love about you. You be bringing up a whole lot of things. You know, Coach Prime ain't gonna believe it no time soon. You know, he's finna get the athletic director job, and that head football coach job at the same time. He's gonna be there for a long time, Rob. I don't see if you, I don't know if you see the writing on the wall, but a whole lot of them people don't like Coach Prime out there to see you. Get over it. There you go, Rob. Back to you.
Hey, what you have, Steve? You had something you had something for old school?
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Old school. The only thing I'll say for you, that 12-0, I like it, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
being realistic. The only thing I'm going on, I'm looking at what those numbers say for uh, FanDuel and all those other things like that. I'm looking to see what their numbers are so that I can get my coins up. So,
Hey,
but
hey,
12-0, I like what you're saying, but what I look at is this one here. When they have to travel and go to those places like Kansas, the traveling games, those are the ones that I'm gonna be like, okay, those are the tough ones. So we'll
yeah.
see how they do.
Yeah, those are gonna be the first five to a certain extent because we got what, like 6 in a row at home, something like that. If I'm
The
not
first three for sure.
on the first three on the road for sure, and we won't have.
No, not. I don't. They're not going to North Dakota State. They're
Oh,
playing at home.
okay,
They're
okay,
playing
my bad.
and yeah, and
Yeah, my bad.
CSU is going to be like they're going to CSU, but it's going to be like a home game, a neutral site or something. So
Right.
we'll see. But yeah, I like what you're saying. But old school, right now, I'm never going to go 12-0 because
Yeah.
that is loaded, man. People don't realize that's a tough conference because you're going to have a few games
Uh
where
huh.
these teams run the football. And when you're physical and you run the football, if Colorado don't have a man hat on that day, that's going to be an L because they are going to run that football. And you got to
And
man
I
up
think
on those
that's
games.
And I think that's why Fromm is loading up in the trenches, and then it's them linebackers, man. He got to load up on them linebackers in them trenches. Cause you're right, Mr. Woodley. They gonna run that ball, man. I
And
don't
you,
see them going 12-0 like old school, which I wish they will. Old school, I'm with you on that. But
and
I realistically, I can see them going 9-3, 10-2 at the
uh,
minimum. I want to see 7-5. I don't want to see no minimum at 6-6. 7-5. You know what
Oh,
I'm talking about?
great analysis. Great analysis. But for me, if if their special team is special, that is the only way I can see them getting close to 10, 11, 12 wins. Their special teams is going to have to be off the chart for that.
What
They're going to
what
have to
what
generate points.
what position in the special teams, Mr. Willard, the kicker or the return game?
I'm return game. I'm looking at return game and kickoff and punting the ball. Those things have to be special. And the reason I say that because Shador Nam is going to put two. I put two going to put pressure on the other team. If they're
Right.
doing it right, so the other team should be playing from behind. And when you're playing from behind, and you don't, and you get a 3 and out, or you get the ball and you don't score, it's hard. That game, you're not going to get the ball too many times. So it's going to be
I,
interesting.
I agree. I agree with you, Steve. I think our offense is going to put a lot of pressure on people. But I believe that our floor is 6-6. Still 8-4 with the right bounce and the right pressure prime, might stay 10-2. And you go 10-2, they can put you. They're gonna put Prime in that 12.
And I think this for two, this is going to separate two in the draft. If Pat Mahomes can do what he do with the less talent that he have, two, you got talent. And if them big boys do what they supposed to, two, you can put yourself as the first pick in the draft by putting the numbers up that you're supposed to put up and getting them W's. Because it's going to be not only putting numbers up, you got to get that W too. So I can see him saying, hey, from the third quarterback being picked to the first, easily.
So it's safe to say that neither one of y'all don't see them winning their conference, then, huh?
Me being
So
realistic,
that go along with y'all thing on their record. You see their record that 10-2 ain't gonna win that conference. That ain't gonna
well,
do.
10-2 don't have to win the conference, but it'll get them in the playoffs.
You think they're getting the playoff with a 10-2 record, and if they don't win their conference, I mean, how they gonna get? No, it don't work like that, bro.
Yeah,
Even
it
with
does
the
work like
16.
that. Everybody who get in the playoffs don't have to win their conference, sir.
All right. I ain't okay. I gotta look. I gotta check into that. I didn't think it worked it like that. I thought they had to win a conference straight out.
Well, how does the SEC gonna get by 5 people in there? Ain't number one gonna win the SEC.
Yeah, right. We talking SEC. We talking about other conferences. The other conferences had their way in anyway. We talking about the Big 12. The Big 12 ain't just really no other conference. Usually Utah come up out of there. They usually be the ones to get it, or some other, but it usually be them and no other team. So I mean, that's it. And if you just got let's say you got a 9-2 record or something like that, or 10-2. I mean, that ain't you ain't, and then you didn't win the conference neither. You ain't going into no playoffs like that. They ain't looking at you to be putting you into no playoffs. They might go to your playoffs, but they ain't gonna be adding you in with no record like that. And you didn't win
with a 10-2 record, you're gonna be with a 10-2 record in the Big 12. You're gonna be ranked. You're gonna be ranked in the top 12.
Okay, I got you.
I'm just thinking because what I'm looking at is this one here, and the reason I say that, look at the SEC. They're going to kill each other. If I'll give you an example, LSU will mess around and beat Alabama. Then Alabama mess around and beat Missouri. If they played, they're gonna offset each other in a lot of ways. So
I
you
can see
just
that
have to look
happening
at it.
also. I can see that happening.
So if some teams gonna get some L's in the SEC. Texas and Georgia might be the only ones that go through it and get maybe one or two losses. That's it. But the rest of them gonna get some L's.
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm just
I hear
saying.
you.
All right. With that being said, man, I'm about to end this thing. I gotta get some work done. A lot of stuff done before Friday, before I take off for my trip. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. As always, man, I can't do this without you guys, man. Make sure y'all smash that like
Appreciate
button
you,
on y'all way
Rob.
out, man. Smash that like
Enjoy
button.
it. Hit that
Yeah.
like button.
Hey, for those
Smash
who's new
that
to the
like button for
channel,
my guy Rob, man.
man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Um, Appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Schedule for this week, I'll be on all week. Once I get to Friday, I won't be on. It's my birthday this weekend, so I'm gonna be out enjoying my time, man, enjoying life, and not here bringing a show to you guys. But hey, just tune in each day, man. Set that notification bell so when I go live, you get notified that I'm live. And hey, as always, man, it's been real, man. Bringing that media back to you. This is Router Man Media signing off. Peace.
Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You got to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is when we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step.